What's up, everyone? Welcome in to the live DNVR Rockies Watchalong. We are starting this thing up, hoping to avoid some history tonight, and the game is already underway. And the Rockies have a runner at second. Christian Saez, Spencer Smith with you. Spencer, what's up, man?
What is up? Little Rockies baseball leadoff double from our boy T Free. You love to see it. If we actually win tonight, it will be an elite night. Completely elite night, because
back-to-back wins. Unbelievable.
Yeah, back-to-back wins against the Padres, against Dylan Cease, who's mowing people down as we speak. I mean, it would be something else.
With my former GOAT, Bradley Blaylock, on the hill for the Rockies tonight, getting the call up after Chase Dollander officially announced today he is on the 15-day IL, so that means his season's done. We already knew that was coming, but yeah, we get to see if Blaylock's had some good starts against the Yankees. He had a good start against the Dodgers when he first got called up last year, but not as many good starts this year. So we'll see what version of Blaylock we get tonight.
We were very close to. Remember when we were 3 games away, and I said Tanner Gordon was going to win all 3 of them? If Tanner Gordon's next start is the record breaker, he will have won 2 of the 3. Oh, Hunter Goodman. Oh my God! Of course.
He had only one little blemish on his resume there, but a good start. Was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. It feels like the time in between every Rockies game feels like a lifetime, especially after a win, because as we always say, a Rockies win hits harder than any drug, and the Rockies
really does
a 6-game losing streak last night, which is pretty insane when you think about it. I'd love to see how many losing streaks of 6 games or more they've had on the season.
I wouldn't like to see that, for the record.
Come on, JB. Rockies still have runner at second with 2 outs. Jordan Beck up. Jordan Beck is a perfect example. You were talking about it on the show, of a guy who, like, you look at his batting average, and yes, we understand batting average doesn't show the full picture anymore of a batter, but he's hitting 270, and you're looking at that like, I mean, we've seen the Rockies play like teams like the Mets that have, their first 5 batters and only one guy hitting over 270. Is that Saw Dog in the background?
Yeah, we just got pizza delivered, so I'm gonna be absolutely challenged some pizza on this stream.
Dude, my father-in-law, I'm actually in his studio right now. If you can see these are
Nation!
Rocky strike first.
We got a lead! Oh my God, we got a lead! It's gonna happen.
Getting lead.
A 2-out hit from the Colorado Rockies. It is
unreal.
Apocalypse.
On Dylan Cease, I can hear Sawyer in the background just getting absolutely lit.
He's yelling base hit. That's electric. What a
also,
start.
I love seeing Blaine Krim in his second start with the Rockies hitting out of the 4 slot. They're like, yeah, you hit a home run last night. We'll just put you in the 4 hole. Oh boy.
Jordan Beck, 15 homers, 16 stolen bases. Now he's that 2020 season still in sight.
That, to be completely fair to the Padres, if that throw is on the bag, on the base runner side of the bag, he's toast.
Right? Is that Elias Diaz? That's the problem.
Yeah,
he's got too much Rockies blood in him. Can't throw it. And
it wasn't even a bad throw, but I mean, you put that thing right on the base, and he's out by a foot. Blaine Krim.
If Blaine Krim drives in another run, I'll one bite this whole pizza or shove it right down my mouth.
Colorado Rockies have struck out at least 10 times in 12 of their last 20 games. Let's see if we can avoid that tonight.
Oh, where are you, by the way, in the game? We didn't discuss that when we hopped on.
1 and 2. I think from your reactions, you are probably like 5, maybe 3 seconds ahead of me. I'm looking at Karos.
Okay, the 1-2 pitch is coming right now. Fouled off.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like 1 or 2 seconds ahead of me. So it's close, but it's very close.
All right, I paused it for a couple of seconds. So
yeah. Blaine Krim.
Pizza's absolutely nice, by the way.
Fouled off again. Man, you got. I get that it's big league pitching and whatever, but I mean 95 right down the middle. Come on. Put that one in.
Well, the funny thing is, they asked last night. They asked on the post game, Blaine Krim and like he talked about Farmer, and they're like, "What adjustments did you make?" And the adjustment was dude starting for the Padres threw a fucking slider that didn't slide right down the middle of the fucking plate on the first pitch. That's the adjustment. You got to hit that shit.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it for you. Blaine Krim strikes out. Rockies put up a run in the first inning, though. Jordan Beck.
As an elite start for the boys.
I gotta say, I doubted that they were gonna do it last night. I mean, I texted you because you texted me when they had the lead, and I was driving because we're up in Alamosa right now with Marissa's family, and you texted me when they got the lead, and I'm like, it won't hold. Like the Rockies will blow it, and here we are.
Vodnik
did not impact. He did.
Vodnik tried to blow it. I was like, oh my god.
Although I watched Vodnik pitch, I watched Vodnik pitch, and again, it's big. It's professional baseball. These are insanely good baseball, the best baseball players in the world. But you look at Vodnik's arsenal, 100-mile-an-hour fastball with like an 82-mile-an-hour changeup that falls off the plate, and I'm like, how does anyone hit that? He should be.
Bro, that was 92. That was 92 from the changeup. It was insane.
Even then, did you see how much break it has?
Yeah, that one that he threw to O'Hearn, the second one, I was like, just throw that again. And then even the third batter that he ended up walking, he threw him that nasty changeup 3-1, swung through it again 3-2, and it was just a little off the plate or a little low, so he didn't bite on it. But I was like, that should be unhittable. And then the first pitch to O'Hearn was just 100, or the first strike to O'Hearn was 100 miles an hour, pretty much middle. But when you can throw 100 and it moves just a little bit, like you're gonna like that. And I think that's what Drew Goodman was talking about on the stream last night. Is he was like, just you throw 100 miles an hour. Now, granted, a lot of pitchers throw 100 miles an hour nowadays. It's not a crazy thing anymore like it used to be when Aroldis Chapman started pitching. But when you throw that fast, just throw and you can't throw a strike. Like he threw like 4 or 5 straight balls. Just throw it 100 miles an hour. Yeah. They hit it. But like,
it's your best pitch. I mean, it's your best pitch. Yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, yeah, guys can make adjustments. Guys can hit 100 miles an hour, but it's your best pitch when you can throw 100 miles an hour. Use it. That guy on Twitter, Nicholas Stad Rockies fan, who's always crashing out about the Rockies. He said if the Rockies avoid history off a Blaylock start, Christian is never going to shut up about this for years.
Fair. 1 pitch, 1 out. I mean, he might have a 27 pitch perfect game.
Bradley Blaylock, first Rocky to throw a no-hitter. Would be insane.
Oh, man. I can't believe they actually got a run in the first inning. I didn't know if we'd see a run the entire game. So we're already.
Dude, the Rockies. All the way back. I didn't know if we'd see a hit this game. I mean, the way that the Rockies have been playing these last few weeks, minus their win last night, which really was just a good 4th inning. The Rockies, it feels like it's been an accomplishment just to get a hit.
Yeah, we knew they weren't getting no hit from the first batter tonight. That was a big win.
Oh God, 82, right down the middle. Yeah, that'll get hit by Luis Arraez.
Yeah, Luis Arraez is a special hitter.
I like Luis Arraez, not just because he's a good baseball player, but because the way his last name is spelled, it's pronounced the same way that my last name is spelled, with the A-E-Z pronounced.
Oh yeah, so Arraez, Saez.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Javier Baez. Actually, when I'm talking to like baseball people who don't know me and I'm introducing myself, I'm like, yeah, my last name's Saez, spelled like Javier Baez, but with an S.
Oh, that's easy.
It doesn't quite hit the same if you don't know baseball, though.
No,
it's gotten me
I
some
think
looks.
I thought your last name was Saez for probably a good year.
It looks like that. Saez. Saez is a common one. Oh God, 84 at that location. You do that again to Manny Machado, and that thing's hitting in the second deck.
Yeah, and let's talk about our boy Tanner Gordon last night. Gives up a homer in the first inning to Machado, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. And then doesn't allow a run for the rest of the start, basically.
Yeah. What's up, Will? How about those UNC Bears last weekend? I know. Hey, UNC went into overtime against South Dakota today. So UNC, I mean,
UNC Bears football is back.
Are they back? I mean, they're 1-22 going into this year. So from the way that things have started this year, yeah, that's definitely considered back. I think I told you this, Spencer, when I was calling my first game for them this year. Someone who follows me for Rocky stuff on Twitter, like, commented on one of my UNC tweets and was like, "It's nice to see you covering a winning team now." And I'm like, bro, UNC is 1-22. Like, they
didn't check the record. Maybe they thought it was North Carolina.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I love calling their games, but man, they're not really considered a winning team just yet.
No, 1-22 in your last 23 is not
for football. That's tough for any sport, but especially football when you're only playing 11 games a year. Good old Dolander.
Bearded. What do you think about the beard on Chase Dolander? I think it's fire.
I'm actually the opposite. It's too low for me, and I know it's like it's the same thing as yours. Like, but
are you talking shit about my beard?
Yeah, I am. I'm talking shit about your beard. No, but I feel like for you it kind of works with like the shape of your face. For him, like, he's got more of a square head, and so when it's low, it looks more like he's wearing like chin gear. That's just the vibe that I get from him. For you, I feel like it squares out your head a little bit more. I can't grow.
I do have a pinhead.
Yeah. So what can I say? I mean, I can only grow a faux goatee.
Throw strikes, for fuck's sake. That's what's going to piss me off. One walk already. Like, if Arise gets a hit, so oh well. Neither will I.
Yeah, dude.
Tonight's either going to be a massive crash out when we don't expect them to win, or we're going to be partying and I'm going to be butt chugging Coors Light by the end of this game.
I know. I need to text Marissa. I'm like, why do I have a water in my hand right now?
Yeah, I haven't left the spot in like 5 hours, other than to get my computer. So
it's an incredible way to spend your day.
This ump, I can already tell, is going to piss me off. Like, that benefited the Rockies, but there's been some terrible strike calls.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Blaylock's opening up, and he's missing everything arm side. Got to throw strikes, my guy.
Oh, get what's a pitching coach's name? Daryl Scott. Get him out there. Him and his ripped ass. You know what's funny is I noticed this last night too. So Warren Schaefer wears like a tight, short sleeve shirt all the time at Coors Field. They're in San Diego. I gotta imagine it's pretty fucking nice there, especially humid. And last night he was wearing a jacket. I'm like,
I don't know that. Like,
nobody makes sense of that to me.
That ocean breeze, though, it's not San Francisco, but that like ocean breeze that you get in those coastal towns when the sun goes down, it gets chilly.
Even I thought our manager was tougher than that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could. If you had asked him, he could probably survive without the sleeves. Come on, Blaylock. 3-1, 1 out, 2 runners on. Get fucked.
Oh God.
Bases loaded in the first.
Disaster. It's going to be an absolute disaster.
Daryl Scott.
How many times has Daryl Scott wrote in the letter B this season? A million.
I'm shocked that Daryl Scott doesn't get more hate. Like, just given how bad the Rockies are as a pitching staff, and I'm not saying that we should put this on Daryl Scott, but I mean, that's just the nature of sports. When a part of your organization is terrible, like when the Rockies started this season as the worst offense in the history of baseball, and Bam Bam got fired along with Bud Black, I'm surprised that we haven't seen more people calling for Darryl Scott.
Yeah, like what? Who does he have blackmail on?
Ugh. If the Rockies get out of this half inning without giving up a run, wow.
Were you gonna bet something on it? Our bets are solid.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
win like all of them.
I'm gonna save those for the ninth inning if we need it. I'm running out of hair. So are you. You and I are both running out of hair to bet.
He's about to ban Lariano.
I remember Bradley Blaylock getting a very disgusting K against Shohei Ohtani last year. That's one of the things that made me think he was the real deal.
Lariano's the guy. That was. Oh God. Okay.
Are you thinking a testimoniac? The double pump. Oh, they tested him. It was not a bad throw. He double pumped. It took him a second to get the ball out of his glove.
Yeah, and I feel like that was. Is Brenton Doyle hurt? Because if Brenton Doyle's in center field, that's an out.
If Brenton Doyle's in center field, I don't know if you run.
No, 100%, buddy.
What's up, Sawdog? I can hear him. See, watch. He like double pumps here. It took him just a second to get it out of his glove. I still think Arise is safe.
A little loopy for my liking.
It wasn't, and the other thing about it, because I used to play center field for a second, and it was too much of a short hop. Is it? What's up, Sawyer?
You say hi. He can't hear you.
Oh yeah. Sawyer's just looking at me like, what the hell is this guy saying? All right, tie game, 1-1.
Dude, did you see the Giants-Dodgers game last night? All the highlights?
Oh, incredible. That was like a playoff game last night.
Multiple like guys thrown out at home at third. Just an incredible scene from like a defensive standpoint. And then Patrick Bailey just going yard for a grand slam to win the game.
And the Dodgers-Giants game, no less. Like that's like Red Sox-Yankees. Like that is the West Coast rivalry. People always talk about, the Padres and the Giants or the Padres and the Dodgers. No, it's the Dodgers and the Giants for sure.
No, yeah, Dodgers-Giants rivalry is unmatched.
Who's the bigger rival in your opinion? Dodgers-Giants or Yankees-Red Sox?
I think it's still Yankees-Red Sox.
Yeah, I think
Yankees-Red Sox still has the long history.
Let's turn this down. I'm getting blinded here. Yeah, I agree. Red Sox, Yankees, those teams just go back a long way.
This is a good point from Astray. Astray. The command has been an issue for the boys all year. 100%. Like too many walks, too many non-competitive pitches.
But that's why I wonder like why Darryl Scott hasn't gotten more flack, because we talked about Bam Bam and the Rockies offense not striking out too much, not getting on base. The walk count was too low. The pitching staff as an organization is very inefficient. And
inefficient is a great term for the Rockies pitching staff.
So I see that and I'm like, I don't know, maybe people don't put as much stock in pitching coaches anymore, but
yeah, I've always wondered that, like when you get to the like professional level, I think a little in all sports, and baseball is another one of them too, but people put a little too much stock in coaching to me. Like football, different story. Like football, when you're calling plays and doing that kind of stuff, I get that. But other sports, it's like, dude, you're either good or you're not. And you can either throw a fastball that paints the corner or you can't. Like your coach can say, hey, fastball outside corner on the black, and you can either throw that or you can't. And that's the determining factor for me. Like,
Pepe in the chat makes a great point. He says the pitching gets let off the hook because of the ballpark. 100%. I was talking to Manny Rwanda, I believe is his last name, or something like that. He's a MLB.com writer. He was making the joke that whatever GM is in the front office that can take the Rockies and win the World Series one day should be immediately put into the Hall of Fame because they've discovered how to do the impossible task of winning at Coors Field, like winning at elevation. Whichever person is the GM of the Rockies when they win the World Series should be immediately put into the Hall of Fame.
I'd vote for it. I don't have a Hall of Fame vote, but
yeah, I know.
If I did, I'd be in.
Just it's a one-off. That Major League Baseball should do that. Because of how hard it is to win, because of the outlier factors of winning in Colorado, the elevation, some of it's self-inflicted, the organizational stuff, but a lot of times the elevation, gives it a really bad rap. Like Major League Baseball should incentivize that by saying, yep, if you are the GM and the manager and like the people associated with like the decision making, and you build a winning team that wins the World Series in Colorado, you immediately get a bid into the Hall of Fame. I think we'd get some competition for some good GMs. I think there'd be some people that would want to try to figure that out.
We just need a math nerd.
Yeah. Plenty of those out there.
Well, I think one of the problems that's making this worse now that it's 2025 and where baseball and pitching has gone in general is it's more of a strikeout league, a home run league, which is fine. The Rockies strike out a lot. They don't hit a lot of home runs, so that's not going to make you a good ball club. But like the Rockies, when they were successful back in 2007, which is, light years ago, like they had guys like Aaron Cook, Jeff Francis, who pitched to contact, great sinkers. The Brandon Webb was like the king of that back in the day, the Arizona Diamondbacks pitcher, pitching to contact. And that's what Senzatella, Senzatella is a diet, 7-Eleven burrito version of that. But like
poor man's Brandon Webb.
That's how you win at Coors Field because you're not going to strike a ton of guys out no matter what. Your stuff's not going to move as much. But if you have a sinker and it's good enough to be really devastating at sea level, it's going to be decent at Coors Field, and you're going to get a lot of ground ball outs and pitch to contact and pitch later in games and be more efficient. But the Rockies and just baseball in general doesn't have a ton of those guys anymore. It's like every pitcher that comes up now, it's like how fast can you throw? How much can how many revolutions can you get on your curveball? And how many guys can you strike out with a slider or a changeup or just pumping it by them at 101, 102? Like that's baseball.
Who was the dude in the Yankees bullpen who pitched in the World Series last year? He was a former Rocky and threw nothing but changeups. I'm blanking on his name.
Like he's a former Rocky. He was literally in the Yankees bullpen last year.
Yeah, he threw like only changeups. I'm pretty sure it was the Yankees. Help me out in the chat, guys. If you're thinking, I'm just blanking on his name. You're going to say his name, and I'm going to be like, yep, that's the guy. But he was one of those pitchers, like an old-fashioned Jamie Moyer type of guy, just pitched to contact. He literally threw like 99% changeups. He threw his fastball like once in the entire World Series. Kahnle, yes, Tommy Kahnle. Thank you.
Oh, Tommy Kahnle. Yeah, elite Rocky.
I was like, I know who it is. I just can't remember what
White
his name
Sox.
is. Yeah.
He went to the White Sox for a bit.
Yeah, that dude, that's the old-fashioned, I'm not going to blow it by. You know what's coming, and it's just going to have enough movement that you're not going to be able to do anything with it. Jimmy Herget is that guy. Jimmy Herget's just...
He was so good last night. Last night was electric for him. We had two different bullpen pitchers come in with like a mess, and they handled that mess. I don't know if that's happened twice back-to-back in a game for them this season.
Yeah, what's up, Mark? Yes, we do have a watch party going on because the Rockies are possibly on pace to avoid history. So we had to be there live to commemorate the Rockies possibly avoiding the historic White Sox record. Rockies have 15 games left? Is that right? 15 games? Or is it
15 games, 1 to win. They had 16-2 to win, and they cut that deficit in half in one game.
I literally tweeted the day before that, and I'm like, this feels like it's miles away, and then the Rockies win. I'm like, cool. I might have jinxed that positively.
Well, it just goes to show you in baseball, there's just so many games that it's like one random night you have just everything go right. Like Blaine Prim gets called up, doesn't have a major league hit in his career, and tanks one.
And it did take. Oh, Kyle Karros. Get one in the gap? Nope. Caught. Jackson Merrill's a stud. Burge, yeah, the blackouts are brutal, man. I've dealt with blackouts. I feel like every Rockies or every baseball fan, I should say, has dealt with blackouts of some sort. And we obviously know that with Nuggets and Avs and all that stuff. But I'll try to give you a score update every once in a while. Do a little play-by-play. Do my best Drew Goodman impersonation. Here come the Rockies.
Just do your best Christian Saez impression, bro. Your play-by-play is elite.
Yeah, baseball's fun play-by-play. I know it gets a bad rap because you just have to talk the whole time, but that's why it's kind of fun. It feels like you're just doing a watch-along. And every once in a while, you're like, yeah, there was a pitch on the outside corner. Ball one. Dylan Cease has an incredible head of lettuce, by the way.
Yeah, he does. It's crispy. Have you done play-by-play for basically every sport?
Yeah, dude, I've done professional ultimate frisbee, man. We've
well, yes, you're elite on that in that realm. Yeah. But I mean, what is your favorite, or what do you think is the best to do? Like the most fun / not easiest, like you don't want to, take the easy road, but like something that you're just like, all right, this, I feel comfortable doing this and this is solid.
Well, from a fun standpoint, college hockey, I did college hockey like for 5 seconds when I was up at Western. And it was literally just, we threw it together. I mean, there was no it wasn't even like a formal broadcast. We just brought some microphones out to the college hockey game and called the game on the radio, called into the radio station to call it. College hockey was electric. Hockey in general is just so fast and that the game is moving so quickly. And especially on the radio, you're just talking nonstop. So college hockey was fun, but out of the sports that I call now, college basketball is similar in that way, just because there's just always something going on. I like baseball because obviously it's my favorite sport and sport I know the best and have played my whole life. And but
oh wow,
it's not as like exciting all the time. You know what I mean? Like there's game. I mean, I applaud Drew Goodman because I can't imagine how long of a year this has been for him. There's been so many games where I've had a hard time just watching, let alone having to broadcast, having to make the game interesting still in like a 21-0 San Diego Padres blowout.
Yeah, that's fair. To me, it seems like baseball would be the one where if like I wanted to be a broadcaster when I was a kid and obviously didn't turned into a mediocre to low level podcaster.
I mean, here you are. I was going to say, here you are calling Rockies games.
I feel like baseball would be the one that I could do the best. There's like when I watch a basketball game and I've tried to when I kind of thought about going into broadcasting, I was like, I would just sit by myself and watch a game and try to call it. And granted, I didn't have the play sheet and I didn't have the roster and stuff, but I knew a fair amount and I just call it out loud to myself and I'd be like, this ain't it. I can't do it. Like basketball, especially with, you have I listen to the Nuggets on the radio a fair amount with Kaz and he's great, but he has, I feel like you have as an announcer or broadcaster, you have your, you have your go-to things, he goes to the right or dribble handoff or just similar topics or similar phrases that you say over and over again, especially with a team that runs, the teams run their general same offense and stuff like that. I feel like that's just a thing you have to get into until you find those. You don't, I feel like just watching a basketball game and just trying to call it, I'd be terrible at.
It is funny to hear. It is funny to talk to people who like sports and who watch sports vehemently. And they talk to me like, bro, I could probably do that. I could probably go call a game. And I'm not sitting there saying that you can't, that it's this impossible job. But until you see the behind the scenes of all the work that goes into doing a successful broadcast, that's a good play there by Jordan Beck. There's a lot more layers to it, we'll just say, because you're right. You have to not only be good at talking, you have to be interesting, you have to say the right stuff, you have to have a good voice. Usually, you have to Astray in the chat says, you've got to be able to balance who the audience is. In Drew Goodman's case, he knows that 99.9% of the people watching a Rockies broadcast are interested in the Rockies. So he's going to be very heavily Rockies oriented. He's going to be very biased towards the Rockies, and that's okay because it's the local broadcast. But if you're doing a national game, you have to be very down the middle. Otherwise, you're going to absolutely alienate half of your audience. So I've always been impressed by guys like Joe Davis, whether you like him or not, like going from like him being able to go do a World Series game for Fox Sports that has the Dodgers and the Yankees, where he is technically the Dodgers broadcaster, but still be able to call that game. And if you didn't know in the back of your head that he was the Dodgers broadcaster, you would probably be like, yeah, he's pretty neutral. Like he's not calling it leaning one way or the other, or at least from my perspective. So, broadcasters that do it really well, there's a lot more that goes into it than people think. And it can make or break your experience of a game. Because if you have a shitty broadcaster, oh boy, I got to say, maybe this is a hot take. Carl Ravitch, cannot stand him as a baseball broadcaster. Like him doing the home run derby is nails on a chalkboard to me. Give me Chris Berman back.
Yeah, I think especially too in that exact instance, like when you're facing and you're not up against, but like you're coming after somebody that's called so many home run derbies or a certain sport in a certain way that you just it's a no-win situation for you to try to be really good.
It's true. But I just think there's people that like, I don't know, that can handle the change better. I mean, again, not to use Joe Davis for a second time, but like he replaced Vin Scully. I mean, talk about shoes to fill. But if you have a really good identity as a broadcaster, I think you can kind of do that. I did actually, to go back to Astray's comment about Drew Goodman's optimism, I did actually talk to him about that during the season, because he does get a lot of flack for being this like overly optimistic kind of Rockies fan as a broadcaster. And his whole point was like, he's paid by the Rockies. He calls the game for the Rockies. The fans who listen to him are Rockies fans. And so he's like, he's like, I'm gonna like call these games assuming or basically expecting the Rockies to be the team that wins. And off the record and off the air, he'll say plenty of things about the team that we all say, but he's just, because he's getting paid by the team, he just can't say that kind of stuff on a broadcast. And I don't blame him for that, because Dick Mumfort's writing his checks and he's trying to keep his job. So I don't blame him for, not being as critical as some people want him to. What's up, Felix?
Burge is exact. He like typed exactly as you said it about his paycheck coming. But to be honest too, like, and granted, we're in it with the Rockies and we've been watching them all season, but if you're watching a Rockies game with this season, how it's going, you want to hear something positive. I don't give a shit what it is. Yeah. I really don't.
Totally.
Like it does Drew Goodman no good to sit there and talk about a 41 win, MLB team in the middle of September and be like, yep, this guy strikes out again. Like you alluded to it earlier, but 99% of the people are watching are for the Rockies. And I would almost guarantee that it's 100%. Like there's not somebody that's a Padres fan somehow tuning into the Rockies broadcast of this. I guess there may be some sickos out there that want to hear disdain, because I love hearing another team's broadcast or a national broadcast for that fact when my team wins. But I hate it the other way around.
Now we're good. We got a Moniac there. We got a Moniac there.
Elias
2 outs, by the way, bottom of the second, 1-1. If you guys are not able to see the score, 2 outs, bottom of the second, 1-1, runner at first.
Oh boy! Do you see how many pitches Bradley Blaylock already has?
Yeah, he's got 40 pitches through 2 innings.
Fucking way, dude.
It's a bullpen game today, boys.
Bullpen game. Like Juan Mejia better be fucking firing already.
Where's Luis Peralta when you need him to?
He's hurt. Thank God. Thank God.
Oh yeah, we have Rolison back.
Oh good. That should be fun.
Nice going from one stepping stone to another. My favorite opposing team broadcaster, not crash out, but emotional crash out of the season, was when the Rockies, at their peak worst, like when they were really bad, when they swept the Marlins out of nowhere. And you listen to like the Marlins broadcast at the end of that, and they were like, and the Rockies sweep the Marlins, and the Marlins have lost 3 straight. You know, you're just like, oh man, they're feeling so shitty right now. Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, well, like it'd be hilarious to hear even last night, like losing a singular game, and the Padres have played the Rockies. What? This will be a total of 7 times in a 10-day span, right? Am I missing? So they're going to play the Rockies 7 times in a 10-day span. They're probably going to win 5 of those 7. Yet each of those 2 felt like your season is ending when you lose that game.
Especially with what the Giants are doing right now, with what the Dodgers are doing, although the Giants just beat the Dodgers. But like, I mean, that NL West race is insane. So yeah, I mean, you feel like every single game counts immensely at this point. To go back, by the way, because you're talking about Drew Goodman, to go back to that whole point real quick. So Drew had said, you know, hey, yeah, my paychecks come from the Mumfords, so I got to be careful about what I say. On the flip side of that, Spilly, he gets paid by Major League Baseball. So if you've listened to his podcast or if you've heard him talk off the broadcast, he's probably not going to be overly critical on a broadcast. But if you've heard him talk off the broadcast, he'll be much more critical of the Rockies because his paycheck is signed by Major League Baseball. So there is a difference between, you know, even though Spilly's calling Rockies games, he was hired by MLB.
Yeah, he's critical of me calling Warren Schaefer.
That was great.
He's pretty critical of that.
If you didn't hear that when we did our show, Spence, oh no, Fernando Tatis, oh no,
oh, it's over. We're cooked. There it is. Fucking
3-1.
I don't
Fernando
like that
Tatis
guy at all.
Leaves the yard. 105.7 exit velo, 414 to right center. You know, I think Brenton Doyle robs that. That wasn't that far out.
I'm pretty sure that hit one of the umbrellas.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
The party deck.
I do remember Doyle robbed that one off Profar last year. That was in that same general area. God, he hit that off the end of the bat. What a strong dude. Anyways, to go back to what we were saying, Spencer's first question to Warren Schaefer during his media availability was, I don't even remember what you asked, but you basically called him coach. And Spilly after that was like, yo, don't call him coach. And Spence will never feel the same again.
He sunned me, and then I didn't ask a question ever again.
Yeah. It's so funny. Yeah, that's the back-breaking home run. I agree. Tatis missed it by just a smidgen. I still think it took me way too long to learn about Drew Goodman's what was his iconic call, upper dick shot?
Second dick shot.
Yeah, I went half of last season without knowing that reference. And then Noah Spyrick, shout out to Noah, who's been on our show a bunch, does work with Blake Street Banner. He showed it to me in the press box. I was dying. That is incredible work by Drew Goodman, who will deny vehemently that was the word he used, but it was the word he used.
Oh, Rocky, you're a true Rockies fan if you know second dick shot, 100%.
Yeah, in a dead silent COVID era game, you get the second dick shot by Drew Goodman.
Yeah, that was sick. That was awesome.
Was so good. Oh man. Yeah,
well, unfortunately, I mean, this game was kind of fun for half an inning.
Dude, it's 3-1, and which is so doable for literally any other team.
It felt like the one run was a miracle. Like you needed a leadoff double, then you needed a 2-out hit, like unbelievable stuff, and then you just give up three straight.
Yeah,
2 innings.
Blaylock's just not quite got it. I was hoping. I mean, we were talking about this on Friday. I was hoping that, or yesterday. God, yesterday was Friday. I was hoping that we'd see a Gabriel Hughes start, just to spice things up, you know.
They definitely took the took the easy road, which is very Rockies of them in this. Took the simple road, just like this guy that's hitting right now.
To be fair, it's probably
I haven't
the right
locked
decision.
in. I haven't 100%. There's no point in going and letting Good Hughes give up 7 runs to this Padres offense and feeling like complete shit about himself going into the offseason.
Probably the
Did you see an injury report? Like, what's going on here? Why is Brenton Doyle not playing? Why is Ryan Ritter hurt again? Like, I haven't been as locked in this last week with these late ass games, and I'm
kind of with you on that.
Goes to sleep at like 9 p.m.
Kevin.
So
I think our guy Kevin Henry, who writes for the Gazette, is out there. I'll text him because he's in San Diego, and I know he went to the last couple games, so I'll double check with him. Yeah, I don't think it would have been the right move, Austin, to like see Gabriel Hughes because Spencer's right. Putting him in for his big league debut against the World Series contending Padres in San Diego is not the way to start someone, especially in a toss-away season. But just as a fan, it would have been nice.
Yeah, they used a lot. I think they used a lot of their fan cards this year.
Dude, they used him right out of the gate. I remember we thought that it was going to take till like June or July to see Chase Dollander, and like right out of the gate, they said, "Yep, we're sucking. Let's go bring Dollander in."
And then they went to the Veen card, and then they went to what was the next card they pulled? The Yanquiel Fernandez card. I was there for his debut. Pretty electric.
Kevin Henry says for Doyle. Kevin Henry says he has not been that no one's been told anything about Doyle being hurt. He said he saw him coming out of the cages and everything earlier today. Looks fine. So just a day off.
Sick.
Yeah, cool. I want to. I would never ask this to Schaefer, but I'd love to be able to see inside his brain and know if the Rockies were a playoff contending team, if he would manage his lineup differently, like the days off and stuff. I mean, I got to assume that if the Rockies were playing for the playoffs, he'd have that conversation with the Doyles and the base knock. Ooh, that's a double.
Oh, Freeman gonna have a 2-double night for the boy T Free.
Let's go. It's because we kind of shit talk him a little bit on Friday's show.
I was hoping so badly he'd hit a home run the other day because he was like talking shit about his power. I was gonna clip your part in the pod and then just be like, yeah, Tyler Freeman, no homers. No, great. Just boost that off-season trade value for Tyler Freeman. I'd love it. Love the guy, but I'm becoming a lot less emotionally attached to a lot of these guys. Oh!
Get down! That's a base knock. Go home. Send him, Andy. Send him.
Yep, it's going to be another. That's the Rocky special. Base hit with runners in scoring position, but nobody scores. That is a Rocky special.
I'm gonna give credit though. I guarantee you, he had to make sure that was actually a base hit. I don't think Freeman probably didn't get a good jump on that because he had to look.
100%. Yep. One back.
Yep. He was waiting. If that was 2 outs, he's scoring.
Oh, base hit.
Base hit, yeah, Sawyer. We need another one. We need a hit home run from Hunty Goodman.
Dude, Hunter Goodman bomb right now would do numbers. Oh, he gave him the pitch. 81 down the middle.
I don't understand why any major league pitcher throws Hunter Goodman a strike on the first pitch.
When Dave Roberts was in Colorado with the Dodgers when they played the Rockies, he kind of alluded to not pitching around Hunter Goodman, but like recognizing him as the guy you got to get out for the Rockies, where he's like, hey, we got to be careful with that Hunter Goodman guy. He's the guy who could hurt you.
Yeah, he's the one guy you can't let
one of those. Yeah, it's nice
we've got one of them.
Yeah, we don't have very many, but it's nice to have one.
I look at like a few other lineups and I'm like, there's like 7 guys in there that could beat you handily on any given night.
And yet here we are, the Rockies with their first big win of the season being against the New York Yankees. with like 7 of those guys that can hurt you. Although the Yankees have been a mess this season. What a disaster of a season for the Yankees.
Dude, okay, I'm going to pose a question to you here. This is going to be an insane question because of how the season, oh my God, 97 right down the middle.
Oh, that is just terrible.
That is the second worst thing that could have happened there, other than him grounding.
Look at where Diaz is set up, dude. Diaz is set up. That pitch was supposed to be at Goodman's eyeballs.
That's a four-seamer, no movement, right down the middle of the plate.
Diaz has to reach all the way outside.
He was anticipating another slider off the plate, and he got gifted a fastball and missed it. Jordan Beck, another 2-out hit.
What were you posing your question, though?
Okay, if the Mets don't make the playoffs, would you rather have covered the Rockies this year or the Mets? They start out the first 70 games with the best record in baseball. And if they miss the playoffs, I would much rather cover the Rockies than that shit show. If they don't make the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, it's all kind of water under the bridge, I guess. You still should win your division.
The Mets are a playoff-oriented team. I would trade what the Rockies have for a playoff-oriented team, even if they don't make it, any day of the week. And I don't mean like if I would like to cover the Mets. I mean if we could have nope, off the end of the bat. If we could have the Mets lineup on the Rockies, that would be the ideal thing. But yes, it's been a terrible season for the Mets. 3-1 Padres after the third or middle of the third inning. That's tough.
I'm gonna put our overlay up for a second. I'm gonna grab another beer.
Yeah, you're good, bro. I'm gonna take a bite of this anyways.
Oh, dude, that's how I know you're a professional broadcaster and I'm just a bum. I've been fucking eating pizza like a fat guy on this whole stream.
Well, I have the headset mic, so I don't want to be like chewing in everyone's ear.
Oh, I probably did that too.
Oh boy. That's the Padres had a back-breaking home run. That was a back-breaking offensive inning. You guys at first and third, 1 out, and you get a Hunter Goodman strikeout. Strikes out right down the middle. And then Jordan Beck with a nice bloop pop-up to center field. Brutal. Welcome back, Spence. We might have to reorganize my stream froze, or the broadcast froze, so we might have to.
I might have turned you off for a second, but I think we're both back now.
No, you're good. I was gonna say for whatever reason my broadcast like froze too. So.
On the
game,
actual game.
Yeah, we're 1-2 now.
Oh, see, you're ahead of me. I'm 0-2.
Oh, I'll pause it for a second then.
Let me see. I can fast forward back because I wasn't live.
Oh, shnikes! That ball is crushed.
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet.
No! Oh no! Manny Machado
man,
absolutely belts one to left center field. 100 miles an hour off the bat. And just like that, the Padres are winning 4-1. That's what happens when you have guys at first and third, your best hitters up, and you strike out and fly out to center to end the inning.
Yeah, like the frustrating part about that too is, and this is baseball, you can say this almost any game, but if you just flip those at bats and Beck hits that with first and third, 1 out, it's 3-2. And instead, you get the strikeout when you don't need it, and then you get the fly out when it doesn't matter.
What's up? Well, we're talking, so my eating is.
Well, I'm a jungle gym, apparently.
Yeah, there's Sawyer's on that. It's okay. Marissa's in the background here, and can you get me a modelo, por favor? I got eyeballed. I don't know if that means it's coming.
Depends upon what kind of eyeball. Probably means
I got the look. I apparently have not made enough progress on my burger.
Oh man, that's good.
Bradley's pitching with some anger right now.
Bro, you gotta get off.
How'd your Hawkeyes do today, Spence?
They're playing right now. They're up 30-7, but they're playing at like playing UMass, so it's nothing to shake a stick at. But they had a 3-pass touchdown drive at the beginning of the game, which was I've never seen that in my entire life watching Hawkeyes, no matter what opponent. So I'll take it.
Dude, Bradley is just. I mean, that ball is going to be caught, but Bradley's just putting meatballs on the plate right now.
Oh,
Can we make this a year where we're kind of closing the book on some guys? You know, I mean, we already closed the book on Tolia. There's no way he's a part of this Rockies future, unfortunately. We had high hopes, but that's not the case. Blaylock, yeah, he had like 2 good starts last year and made me think that he was going to be something legit, and he's just not been anything like that since then.
So are you closing the book on your boy?
I might be, man. I just haven't seen enough this year. I mean, what if help me out. Give me a reason to want to see more. Like Tanner Gordon,
he's giving you
bad starts, but he's also given you some of the best starts of the season.
Tanner Gordon's had an elite August and September.
Tanner Gordon is Ryan Feltner 2.0. Just, came into the Rockies organization, kind of sputtered at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, last half of the season becomes the best pitcher on the rotation. I just hope that he's around next year, because Ryan Feltner just fell off the face of the earth.
Dude, I know what we'll get into in the off season. We'll get into a lot of our, postseason, off season guys that I think Ryan Feltner may have had the most disappointing. Like, the team is disappointing, but when you break down individual performances, Ryan Feltner might have I might be the most disappointed in his season based off what I expected, number one, and then what he kind of showed us for 2 starts? Was it 2 starts in April where you're like, okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, Modelo Especial.
Nice and frosty.
Oh, I got my Coors Light. Mountains are blue.
We got a Blaine Crim there. Oh, that's good. God, that hits the spot. I would be rocking with the Coors, but I'm not in my household at the moment, so I am going with the beer of choice.
You got a bullpen game.
We got a bunch of
random beers in the fridge.
I would be rocking my Coors as I always do, but I'm unfortunately out of office.
Zach says here in the chat, Dollander, Feltner, Gordon could be a fun rotation next year. I don't disagree with that. Like, if the Rockies
and throw Freeland in there,
100%. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. You throw Freeland in that mix, and you're ahead of me now. Jackson Merrill, just tank one.
Yep. I'm going to pause.
Here, let me go back to live. Maybe I am at live.
Jackson's rounding third. He is heading for home. He's high-fiving Lightyear, the third baseman, and he touches home.
Okay, yeah, I just got him touching second base. So
I'll pause it. I'll give it a couple seconds. Tell me when he touches home.
Slam Diego tonight. He's touching home right now.
All right, now we're within a second. Yeah, look at where this pitch is. Oh, that's batting practice. 93 middle end. Come on, Blaylock.
Go lefty. Yep, that ain't good.
Yeah, no, I would throw Freeland in that though. I know Freeland's had some iffy starts, as have everyone on that list, by the way. And I know his blister is always a concern, but Freeland has given you games where, like, even if he gives up 4 runs in the first inning, he puts up 0 for the remaining 5 innings. Like, I've seen enough out of Freeland to know that he's definitely a part of the rotation next year, and he could actually give you some good starts.
Yeah, I think you throw Freeland in that mix, and then you throw a Cal Quantrill adjacent vet in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't feel like that 5 is going to lead you to a wild card berth, but if those 5 can stay healthy, I feel like that's at least a step in the right direction, I guess, maybe.
Sure. Sure. Anything that's not this year is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, like, all right, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being it's all this thing's fault, and 1 being it's these guys are just bad. What 1 to 10 on injuries this year? How badly do you feel the Rockies have been treated by injuries? Like 10 is like, okay, they're 40 and 107, 41 and 107 because of injuries is 10, or they're just bad and the injuries affected at 0 is 1.
Oh, that's a great question. I feel like I'm inclined to lean more towards the lower number. I hate blaming injuries. It just feel soft. Like, unless you lose Shohei Ohtani type of player, like you got to be a good enough team to have some depth. But I'd say like a 4. You lost Tovar for a chunk of the season. You lost Doyle for like a week, and then mentally it took him a month and a half to get back into things. Ryan Feltner was a huge one, and his you can attribute to injuries because he just hasn't been the same since his injury. Like a 4. Like I mean, like I said, this isn't the Braves. Like, you want me to get up to like a 7 or an 8? The Braves should be at a 7 or an 8. Like, you remember what happened last year, and even at parts of this year, where, I mean, you look at their roster and you're like, they should be a playoff team, and then they show up to Coors Field and their IL is just littered with all-stars. That should be like a 7. But the Rockies, yeah, they're just a bad team that's had some of their better players get hurt at inopportune times.
Yeah, and it's I don't even know for me if it's necessarily better players getting hurt for the Rockies. I mean, there's only a few quote unquote better good players on this team, but to me, it's just the injury issue this season has like it's left a lot more questions than we thought we'd have. Let's put it that way.
Sure.
Like that's where I'm frustrated by the injuries this year is like not the play on the field. I mean, I don't think Feltner's healthy the whole year, and Tovar and all these guys, like, they're all of a sudden a 60-win team, a 70-win team. But, now we don't know what Ryan Feltner is, if he's going to be a major leaguer. Like, Tovar, we still think is good, and that is kind of the one injury where you're just like, that would have made us a better team had he played all year. But then the other guys, you're like, I'm just frustrated we didn't get more time out of them. I mean, Freeland, we know what he is. Yeah, that's a perfect example right there. A guy that you thought was going to be your starting second baseman all year.
Although I'm glad he's not. I'm glad we have Ritter. But
yeah, part of the injuries were good. Like,
yeah.
I never wish for somebody to get injured, but like Tyro Estrada going down got us Ritter. The Ryan McMahon trade obviously got us some Karros in there. Obviously Hunter Goodman was just better than Jacob Stallings, so he ended up getting more time and then was an all-star. So there was some positives to come out of this season, but I
don't know what to think about this season from Tovar. And yes, his injuries, injuries always put an asterisk by guys, but Tovar's had good moments, but he's also had some bad moments. His offense is still it's not really taken a step forward. I wouldn't say it took a step backwards, but it's kind of still sitting in the same spot. And defensively, he's made some kind of weird errors. Like, and maybe my bar is set too high because Tovar last year, like, I mean, we were looking at some of his stats. He hadn't had an error in like almost an entire season last year. I mean, we were looking through his defensive numbers, and you're like, oh, this guy easily has a Gold Glove, or at least is in the running for a Gold Glove. This year, it's just been weird with Tovar. I don't really know what to think of it. He's not been a bad player, but he's also not like Hunter Goodman. You know, I mean, he's not like winning you games.
Jim had this comment earlier that I put up. The defense was so terrible this year from everybody.
Okay,
Doyle
that's Nick fault, by the way.
Yeah, Doyle made a few. Doyle made a few good plays. I mean, Doyle's definitely had some highlight reel plays. I don't think he'll. Oh my God! Did he throw him out? Okay.
If he made that play, that would have been insane. That is a very Manny Machado play to make.
But yeah, other than Doyle and like McMahon was pretty good at third base, but obviously then got traded. There hasn't been and Hunter Goodman Hunter Greatman for as great as he is at the plate. Like the Rockies get run on all the time. They have pass balls. They have wild pitches. Like the defense has been tragic, and there's nothing that we could even be like, oh, if they were 41 and 107 and had a decent defense, you'd be like, okay, well, that was something that we feel decent about. Here's another question, and this is something for like an absolute sicko in the comments, an absolute stat nerd. Is I wonder if the Rockies this season, they played 148 games, if they've had the same lineup back-to-back days ever. Because not only with injuries, not only with calling guys up, sending guys back down, but also the combination of, like, we've talked about this on the podcast, Warren Schaefer just doesn't like I just noticed that when I saw Tovar hitting sixth. And granted, he's slumping a little bit right now, and I get you move guys around, but have the Rockies had a back-to-back games of the same exact lineup once this year? And I would venture to say it's a no. And I don't know if that's even a worthy stat anymore because of how much all teams change their lineups day to day and give guys days off. But like every night we look at the lineup and we generally see the same 9 guys. And like, that's not even totally true. But like even if you see the same 9 guys back to back, it's a completely different batting order. Mickey Moniak's leading off. Mickey Moniak's hitting second. Mickey Moniak's hitting third. Mickey Moniak's cleanup. Ryan McMahon's cleanup. Ryan McMahon's hitting 8th at the beginning of the season. Ryan Ritter 8th or 9th. Tovar's hitting first. Yeah. Tovar's hitting second. Tovar's hitting 5th. Hunter Goodman's hitting second. Hunter Goodman's hitting 4th. Like
you want to know what
some insane lineups.
You want to know what that's a byproduct of? Being a bad team.
Nobody's being good enough to say, hey, I'm going to hit third every day for 162.
You want to know who doesn't change their lineup that often? Good teams, right? I mean, you do. You're right. That's the nature of baseball nowadays. You're going to see some guys with off days, guys, get banged up, guys changing in the order, but it's minor. I mean, it's someone going from 8 to 9. It's someone, getting a day off here or there. It's not like, hey, let's just go see if this guy works. I mean, Blaine Crim hits a home run in his first game as a Rocky, and they're like 4-hole hitter, right? Like
yeah.
You just, we're just, it's like we're reacting to, it's like we're in high school. We're just reacting to everything. That's a nice walk by Fernandez, by the way. All right, Rocky's got a moment here. Top of the 4th inning, runners at first and second, 2 outs. The Rockies have had some success as of late in these last 20 games. Their only success that they've been able to say in their last 20 games, a lot of it's come on 2 outs. Is this a moment for the Colorado Rockies? Dylan Cease is up to 72 pitches. It's the top of the 4th inning. There's a meeting on the mound. So the Padres definitely think that this is a bit of a moment. They're going to cool Dylan Cease off a little bit.
Who's hitting, though? Is it Orlando Arcia? I'm pretty sure it is.
Could be. I don't actually know.
Oh, yeah. It is Arcia. What a treat.
What a treat.
If Arcia hits a 3-run home run here, I'll do the rest of the stream with my tarp off. And the Rockies will still lose, and then I'll look like even bigger of an asshole.
Philip Mitchell says walked. Are we that far behind? If Arcia walks here, man, we are loads behind.
We are so far behind.
He just swung and missed at the first pitch, so.
That wasn't even close, by the way.
Yeah, that was not close. No, okay. All right, no, we're good. Dylan Cease got 0-1. I'll call this one out a little bit since this is a good moment here for the Rockies. Hopefully.
Yeah, let's play by play this. You play by play this.
0-1 for the Rockies. Dylan Cease pitches just a bit inside. 97 fastball missed inside on Orlando Arcia. Got runners at first and second. Dylan Cease getting upwards of about 74 pitches. It's Arcia's second time hitting against Dylan Cease. Don't remember what he did in the first time. Probably wasn't that memorable. Rockies are losing 5-1. That's a foul ball and a nice off-speed pitch. Dylan Cease has tons of good pitches. Dylan Cease has had a bad year from his standards statistically, but he still has a very good arsenal of stuff.
Well, did you see the stat that he's like one of 5 pitchers to have 5 straight seasons of 200 plus strikeouts?
I didn't, but I believe it. The dude's good. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Dylan Cease out of the windup. Runners at first and second. He steps off. God forbid Kyle Karros tries to steal third. Let's do it again. There goes Spence. What happened here? And he's back. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul ball. 98 went upper deck on that one from Dylan Cease, and Orlando Arcia fouled it away. I agree with you, Astray. If Arcia comes up big, I will crash out. What is coming up big here? Base hit?
I think a single would be great.
Anything besides that would be good. Here's the pitch. That's a hit right to the shortstop, and that's going to go to second for the final out of the inning. Rockies, once again, strand 2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Oh, that was solid. I liked that. Look at this. This is so Rockies. Same amount of hits as the Padres. 4 less runs. I fucking
4 runners left on base. Giants are ahead of the Dodgers, by the way, 4-2. Shout out to my mom for texting me that. Diehard Giants fan. We're rooting for the Giants just to beat the Dodgers because that's how it goes.
Well, shouldn't we then be rooting for the Padres because we want them to we want them to win the division?
Yeah. I don't really care who wins the division as long as it's not the Dodgers.
Well, the NL wild card race is getting very interesting.
It is.
Very interesting
Giants are
right
half game back.
The Cincinnati freaking Reds are there.
Dude, the Giants were sellers at the trade deadline. They sold half their team at the trade deadline.
They sold their best reliever, though, right? Tyler Rogers to the Mets, and now they're going to overtake them.
And their closer, and they sold Mike Yastrzemski. And here they are, a possible playoff team, at least a wild card eligible team. And Diamondbacks aren't even out of it yet either. Yeah, I agree. Our PHNX buddies
did you see what happened to them last night?
Dude, the Diamondbacks, you talk about the Mets having a frustrating season. Oh my God, the Diamondbacks, man. They'll piss you off. I'm gonna take some bites of this before Marissa yells at me.
Yeah, go for it. I'll take you off the stream for a second. The Diamondbacks last night, if anybody missed it, they take a 1-run lead in the top of the 9th. Gabriel Moreno home run, 3-run shot in the top of the 9th. They come in bottom of the 9th and give up 2 runs to lose the game. And Diamondbacks Twitter was crashing out because they apparently have a pitcher in the bullpen that has like a 1 or 2 ERA. They brought in a different guy, and he gave up the game. And I guess the Diamondbacks bullpen is a complete mess. And their fans were crashing out. And
against the Rockies.
I do enjoy watching other teams crash out too. It makes me feel a little more at home.
Are we getting an Antonio Senzatella look tonight?
Oh, we are. Did you see this crazy shit at Wrigley today?
Senzatella in the game. With what?
At Wrigley Field. Dude,
no way.
Mo Baller, or whatever his name is. Is this another?
Nope. No. It looked like it off the bat.
Yeah. So this dude comes in. He either gets called up for the Cubs, whatever. I don't know the exact story. But, dude, first Major League home run, like Blaine Crim last night, on Anthony Rizzo night. I did a Cubs event today. We did a Cubs event today because it was like Anthony Rizzo was coming back, blah, blah, blah. Anthony Rizzo sitting in the left field bleachers.
I saw that.
And this dude's first home run in Anthony Rizzo's hands. I mean, what are the odds of that? The odds of that are they're less likely than the Rockies winning the World Series.
Yeah, I'm sure. Go win
That's
the Powerball.
how unlikely that is to hit one person in the left field bleachers with your first career home run on Anthony Rizzo night. Unbelievable.
And he dropped it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just brick hands.
Yeah. Come on, Rizzo. And Senza's got Diaz waving up there.
Oh, no. See, like Ashtray says, time to suffer a Senzatella. No. We're up. We're down 4 runs. He's going to fucking be lights out.
Nails. He'll be nails.
Yeah, he's gonna get the Rockies into the 7th, and this game will still be 5-1.
We're gonna get 3 solid innings out of Antonio Senzatella right here. It's crazy to me that Senzatella throws 98 miles an hour. Like I know he's one of those kind of pitch to contact, not kind of. He is a pitch to contact guy. But you watch his stuff and you watch him like warm up and stuff, and you're like, you should be able to miss bats. It's incredible that he can't. And there's a base hit by Diaz. But I mean, you throw 98 with like some good off speed, and the dude is immune to missing bats.
Oh, the Padres got a yes run going right now. They've scored a run in every inning so far. That could be a fun watch. Could be a fun thing to watch out for when Tatis goes yard here again.
Yeah, Tatis only has 260 average. Again,
dude, that's what I'm saying. That's literally average doesn't mean anything, and it's very clear by looking at the Rockies lineup. Well, you look at 2 lineups, and if you like go back to like 2015, and you look at these 2 lineups, you're like, these teams are pretty similar. Now that doesn't factor in pitching, but the Rockies have a bunch of guys hitting 240 to 270, which is pretty damn good for the MLB nowadays. And there's just no power. And that's exactly what this game shows you. Padres have hit 3 home runs. They have the same amount of hits the Rockies do. They've hit 3 home runs, and the Rockies have hit bloop singles with runners in scoring position that don't end up scoring runs. That's the difference in these 2 teams right now.
One of many. Sends on the 2-1. He's staying away from Tatis. I don't blame him. You don't want to miss anything inside.
No, but you're down 5-1. Just fucking attack these guys. I don't want to sit here and talk about a bunch of walks. Just fucking go at them.
I know.
Good God.
Hey, if the Rockies have a leadoff walk at any point or if Rockies pitchers throw a leadoff walk at any point in this, should I do the press box go to leadoff walk chant?
I love that. Except last time I forgot it.
Yeah.
I think it's that. What is that, Patrick?
We'll save it. But I'll do it with you, and I'll walk you through it.
You can coach me through it.
Yeah. For those of you at home, so because this has been a very long season and the press box at Coors Field gets very boring sometimes, Patrick Saunders, writer for the Denver Post, and Thomas Harding, writer for MLB.com, come up with all these like wild games and chants and weird shit that we do in the press box during the game to just keep us entertained. And so anytime the Rockies pitchers have a leadoff walk, there's like a whole interactive thing that happens. Oh, there's a base knock.
Dude, Arias is such a... And Freeman with his noodle arm, there's no chance. Oh, wow. I guess it's Diaz. It's Diaz, so they didn't run.
Yeah, but yeah, we do a whole like chant thing that includes everyone in the press box, pisses off the opposing team, the visiting team. It's electric, and it works every single time. The Rockies always give up runs after leadoff walks. So.
Yeah, and that's Mark said this in the chat, and they showed it on the broadcast. The Padres have hit the 2nd least home runs in the MLB this year.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew they haven't had a good season offensively for their standards, but I actually did not know that it was that bad.
Their pitching must be just silly, clearly. You got Cease, you've got who else are there starters?
You've got Rockies killer Will King or whatever guy's name is, or Michael King or whatever that guy's who like it was like one of the first, I think he was the first pitcher to pitch for the Padres against the Rockies, and just was like throwing a no-hitter, and Drew Goodman's like, yeah, this guy just got called back from playing in the KBO. He just got back from Korea, and now he's no-hitting the Rockies through 6 innings. And that's a base knock. And 1 run will score, and 2 runs will score. And in the words of Thomas Harding, it's all falling apart.
Oh, man.
7-1. God. See, what's going to happen is we're doing this watch along here today, and they're going to lose, 12-1 or something like that. And then we're going to, take a day off from doing a watch along, and it's going to be like the most electric game of the year.
Yeah, the middle of NFL Week 2 football Sunday, and they're going to win like a walk. They're going to just absolutely destroy the Padres tomorrow in a game that nobody's watching other than a few Padres fans.
Yeah, other than our boy Nate Mills, Padres legend. Yeah, so maybe we were a little off on our idea about what this outing from Senza was going to look like.
Yeah, just more of the same from our boy Senzi.
Senza will be the death of me. Yeah, you and me both, Stray. God, it's been a long year of Rockies pitching. There have been good moments. This bullpen has had some games where you're like, damn, they look legit. But
last night was a great example of it. Like, they were shaky, but Herget came in and shut down an inning. Mejia came in and shut down an inning. I think both innings they had first and second, 1 out or nobody out. They come in, they gave up 1 run, but didn't give up any more than that. And Victor Vodnik gets first and second, 1 out, ends up getting out of it without allowing any runs. So there's been some times, and he's kind of out of sight, out of mind, clearly for both of us. But how many the injury front that we talked about earlier? Seth Halverson, your closer's hurt, and not we thought we were going to lose him for a long time. It sounds like he'll maybe be back for spring training, but how many different closers have the Rockies had this year? That's just another sign of a.
Don't forget that. Oh, good play, Toby. Don't forget our boy Tyler Kinley was a closer at one point for the Rockies this year.
Kinley's closed games. Agnos has closed games. Vodnik's closed games. Halverson's closed games.
So I know Vodnik has been the best closer, like the most consistent. I don't think he's blown a save this year, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But who's been your favorite closer out of that mix? Is it just Vodnik because he's been good?
No, I think Halverson. Halverson's the guy that gets me the most exciting.
Dude, I truly think, although I don't think he was our best closer, when Zach Agnos was at his peak of closing, he was the most electric closer in my opinion. Just his vibes were incredible. This is a fun game to watch, D-Line.
I thought he was going to be the closer of the future after one game. We're very reactionary. Oh, is that fair? Yeah, it is fair.
Yeah, that's fair. As Astray in the chat points out, on the bright side, if the Rockies lose 15-1 tonight, we get to celebrate a minus 400 run differential. Yeah. We're going to do a show. We're going to do a show on the week after the season finishes where we rank the craziest Rockies stats from 2025. And it might be our most unhinged show of the season.
I'll be diving into the stat book.
By the way, Senza is the sacrificial lamb here, but he's being hung out to dry. Schaefer does not want to waste his entire bullpen. You got another game tomorrow before the day off. Senza is falling on the grenade for the Rockies tonight.
He's falling on the turnover sword.
This is the type of game, though, where, again, like you and I are doing a watch along, we can be more chill, laid back. Drew Goodman and whoever he's calling the game with tonight, I haven't heard who's on the call with him. My heart goes out to you, dude. It has to be the hardest thing to do. It's 9-1. What the hell do you talk about in game 149 or 148 or whatever this is?
Yeah, you just sit there and shake your head, try to get.
You were eliminated a month ago. Oh, Senzatella fans, Jackson Merrill.
Well, I think hit a home run in the same inning.
Does that give Warren Schaefer the confidence to bring Antonio Sensatella back out in the 5th?
Yeah, like you said, he's got to. I mean, he's got to pitch till the 7th or 8th.
Yeah, bud. Sorry, you're the fall guy for the Rockies tonight. Mark says Ohtani hit another homer. Of course he did. Yeah, Eric, we ask that same question every day. The answer to that is the Rockies are paying him $15 million a year for the next 2 years because the Rockies sign really bad contracts. And so they can't cut him, or they can, but, why would you? So they're going to just live with it until the offseason. I do think he will not be here next year, though. I think they will swallow their losses and move on because they need to open up that roster spot. But yeah, there's no point in getting rid of him this year because you already owe him $15 million, and what else are you fighting for? Hey, the Nationals were eliminated today, though. It's not just the Rockies and the White Sox anymore. Do we see Drew Romo at bat tonight? Maybe. I know for a fact that Warren Schaefer is pissed that Drew Romo is on his team right now. That was not his decision. Where's my man Warming? Warming is hurt.
He got a concussion from running into, this is a hot take, I fucking hate the nets that they put at all the MLB stadiums. I don't care if people get hurt. If you go to a fucking baseball game, there's foul balls. That's how the fucking game has been played for 100 years. You don't need a goddamn 100-foot net in front of the whole fucking... And Warming got hurt because of that stupid fucking net and that rod that goes up the middle to hold this dumb net up. If you go to a baseball game, head on a fucking swivel. Watch the game. That shit annoys me. It only annoys me from like a principal perspective. When I'm at the game, I barely even notice it, but it's just the, like, I don't know. There should be a net behind the home plate going to the extent of like the dugouts, and that's it.
Yeah, Felix, I agree. I'd like to see Veen again just because I don't know what the Rockies are going to do with him. So I'd like to just see him get some more looks. But I also have heard many times from people close to the organization that the Rockies have no faith in Zach Veen. So I'm curious if they move him this offseason. We've talked about that on the show. I mean, we've said that before, but I think the Rockies are done with Zach Veen. But he's still your 4th ranked prospect, so you gotta move him. Yeah, Astray. So, to my understanding, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm hearing this from someone who's very close to the organization. Warren Schaefer was not involved in the decision to call Drew Romo up, and was confused. I don't know if he was pissed, but he was confused as to why the Rockies would call Drew Romo up, given that you have Braxton Fulford as a backup who's been playing really well at catcher, and Hunter Goodman, who's your best player at catcher, and both of those guys are healthy, and Drew Romo's not going to get a second of playing time. That's a high school base hit, but an easy out for the Padres.
And there's no hits up the middle anymore. Well, and as you alluded to, so if you guys didn't tune into the podcast, make sure you tune in Mondays, Fridays, noon Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Eastern on the DNVR Rockies and DNVR Sports YouTube. But Christian alluded to that fact on the pod the other day, and it's a much bigger problem than just the Drew Romo scenario is with the current Rockies. Take their record out of it, which it's hard to do, but it's if you take their record out of it, I mean, their interim manager, who they kind of had to go to when they fired Bud Black, didn't have many choices, and their GM, who's maybe one of the worst at structuring a team in the history of baseball, clearly by the last 3 seasons, are not even on the same page and don't trust each other and don't talk and don't align. Like, there's no ending to the just ineptitude of this franchise. Not even the baseball players, not even the team. It's the entire franchise from top to bottom.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why call up a third catcher? We were all wondering the same question. I mean, we literally did a whole show kind of asking that question, like, what is Drew Romo doing here? And then I come to find out, yeah, sounds like that was a decision made from up top, and no one else who actually is contributing to the game, managers, the players, that kind of stuff, they didn't understand why. And Warren Schaefer all but said, yeah, he's probably not going to play unless we need him to. I mean, Braxton Fulford is your long-term backup catcher. You don't have Jacob Stallings anymore, so Braxton Fulford is the guy behind Hunter Goodman next year. So in my opinion, you need to keep getting Braxton Fulford as many at-bats as possible. So Felix, if I'm answering your question specifically, about or was it, I don't know if it was Felix or not, but do we see a Drew Romo at bat tonight? If it's me, no. If you give someone else an at bat besides Hunter Goodman, put Braxton Fulford in there. He's the guy that needs the at bats. Drew Romo, although I don't think the Rockies need to close the book on Drew Romo, he's not giving you any reason to believe that he's competitive at this level yet, as Braxton Fulford has been. That is a strike three looking. Ooh, Hunter Goodman, pissed. I would have loved to see him get tossed there.
That was actually one of the few strikes that this umpires called correctly tonight. So I vouch for him on that one. I will say, Felix, to answer that question, I ironically, I don't think it's directly correlated to the team's success, but I have not bought any merchandise from the stores this year. I bought the City Connect jersey before the season started because I actually got from a certain sports book. They gave cash essentially to a store that sells merch. So I used that from a sports book promo and bought my Rockies City Connect jersey early before the season started. Got it for the first Friday we had, and then I have not bought anything since. And maybe that's a microcosm of the season, but I have 12 Rockies hats. I've got all the jerseys. I got the new jersey, the City Connect. But other than that, I have not bought any of the merch this year, and more just because I have too much clothes in general, and I should probably chill. But also, it could be just that I've never been drunk and excited at a game where I'm I should go buy a fucking jersey right now.
Mark, do you really have a Nick Martini City Connect jersey? You might be one of the only people in the world to have a Nick Martini Rockies City Connect jersey. And yes, I mean, Rockies legend Nick Martini.
At least it's a cool last name.
Yeah.
If you have to be a complete Rocky sicko to know who Nick Martini is. So I bet you half the fans at Coors Field see a jersey with Martini on the back, and they're all the white chicks in the mid-30s. They're I need that jersey. Oh my God, look at that Martini.
Dude, in 10 years when the Rockies are in the World Series playing against the Yankees or something, we're going to see Mark rocking the vintage 2025 Rockies City Connect Nick Martini jersey. And we're going to, someone's going to see that jersey from afar and be we got a Nick Martini sighting in a Rockies City Connect.
Oh, that's pretty hard to beat. But chat, let's hear your your craziest jersey. Let's hear your craziest Rockies jersey that you have. Because I don't think I have any crazy Rockies jerseys. I've got Kyle Freeland. I've got a Nolan Arenado. I may have 2 other players with names on them. And then 3 years ago, I made a strict vow to myself to not buy any players with names and numbers on it, buy any jerseys with names and numbers on it, just strictly blank. So I've gone to that, but I want to see some crazy Rockies jerseys in the chat. I have a Danger Russ. I customized a Broncos jersey and put Danger Russ on the back of it. That's pretty insane. I have a Drew Lock jersey that I then repurposed into a Russell Wilson jersey. I have a Case Keenum. I pretty much had every Broncos quarterback from 2016 on.
Oh yeah. 1999 turn ahead the clock jersey, Tony Walters jersey. Yeah, that's sick. Dude, anyone who has a Chris Bryant Rockies jersey, which is a lot of people because obviously he was supposed to be the next big thing for the Rockies, but that's a tough one. I mean, he's done quite literally nothing for the Colorado Rockies. and there's tons of people out there with Chris Bryant Rockies jersey, my wife included. My wife, who knows tons about baseball, has a Rockies Chris Bryant jersey. Kyle Orton. Ooh, that's definitely not a strike. Thank you.
Strike Shout out called. To this umpire. He's terrible.
Yep, I love how the broadcast pulls up the little zoomed in graphic of where the strike was or where the pitch was, and it's just
not even close.
Baseball off the plate. It's a good frame job by Mr. Goody.
That was
umpire wants to go home. Yeah.
Yeah, umpire wants to go home, and that was a give back to Hunter Goodman. Even though Hunter Goodman's strike 3 watching was a strike, he owed Hunter. Hunter let him know.
That's funny, Felix. Yeah, literally. I don't blame people for getting the Chris Bryant jersey. That's what I mean. Like, there's tons of those jerseys out there, and I don't blame people for having them because no one would have expected Chris Bryant to be such a fraud. And I'm not even fully blaming him. I mean, obviously injuries suck, but I just mean, the Rockies paid him $250 million basically, and he's done nothing.
Yeah, that's good old Chris Bryant. Oh.
That's a good inning from Senzatella. Rockies trying to mount a comeback, down 9-1.
Heading to the 6th. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was a big point of mine at the beginning of this season when we'd go to games and you'd look around the stands. And now that Charlie Blackmon is not on the Rockies anymore after he retired, I know there's the diehard Rockies fans, there's the sickos like us watching these games, but the common Rockies fan, I mean, had jerseys that did not include a player who was actually playing, and if you had walked up and asked some of these people to name a specific Rocky, most of them wouldn't be able to. Ryan McMahon's name might have gotten thrown out there, but besides that, like, this was an unrecognizable Rockies team this year.
Yeah, we couldn't even get people to name a Rocky in our Friday night rooftop club.
To be fair, we went to the worst possible spot for watching baseball, the rooftop. It's just that you talk about, like, have your head on a swivel, watch some baseball when you're at the games. Don't go to the rooftop if you expect someone to be watching baseball. It's not quite the place to be locked into the game.
Yeah, we talked with Patrick. I used to be on the show with Patrick and Drew back in the day, and then I was on with Patrick and Susie. Then I was on with just Patrick. Then I was on with just Susie. I've made it through a lot of Rockies, DNVR Rockies marriages, and now I found my forever home in Christian.
Yeah, Spence is the OG with this DNVR Rockies show. Patrick actually sits next to me in the press box. It goes Kevin Henry, Patrick, me, Mace, usually, who used to work Broncos with DNVR. Now he's with the Fan, I believe. Mace sits next to me on the right, and then it's a whole lot of nothing beyond that. But Patrick's great. Super knowledgeable baseball guy. His stats are incredible. We talk about, like, baseball nerds. Like, Patrick is a baseball nerd through and through.
I love the stats we get from the Rockies in the press box. Those little newspaper
game
scenarios.
Notes? I should send them to you. I get them in email format. That's an easy routine.
Those make for great tweets /
I remember having
where the stats are this year. It's like I read it like this.
Oh yeah, they're all negative. Except there's been one paragraph for Hunter Goodman the entire season, and it's been in the game notes every single game, and it's just an entire paragraph about how good Hunter Goodman's been this entire season. Everything else is bad, but it's funny because, like, we'll tweet out some of these stats, and some of them we'll do the research and we'll find our own. I'm not saying it's all done by other people, but like there are statisticians who do all of this, these stats, and so I'll like tweet some crazy stat, and I'll have someone talk to me about it later, and they'll be like, "That's so impressive that you like can find all of this information." I'm like, dude, someone's sending this to me. Like I'm just relaying the information to the fans. Someone else is looking all this up. It's an art to find all of these kind of stats.
Oh, 100%. That'd be a fun. That'd be kind of a fun job. Just like find obscure stats and fill this fucking sheet out for these guys.
Yeah, so it's communications director is the job. My cousin actually is going into that. If you do it in the college level, it's called sports information director. Colleges will have different people assigned to different programs, like their football teams, basketball, that kind of stuff. So when I'm calling a college football game, the sports information director for both schools about a week in advance will send me all of the game notes, basically that like these packets of just stories, stats, highlights, you know, I don't know, like family history of some of these players. You get pronunciations, like just all of that kind of stuff, and you get those in a week in advance usually, and then you study that before you get into the game. But there's a lot of that kind of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So that's what I was talking when we were talking earlier about the broadcasting part of it. Like it's not like you just show up and you just start talking baseball, kind of like we're doing right now. Like there's a lot of studying and memorizing certain things, having different storylines for different people. It's a lot more complex than you would think.
Yeah, well, there's like when you talk about a guy or somebody kind of off the beaten path, like a third or fourth receiver makes a catch, and if you as a broadcaster can pop in that his uncle was the guy in World War II that stuck the flag in the ground or some shit like that, like that's cool.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That makes the broadcast worth listening to.
Yeah, like I mean, here's one from last night. Infielder Blaine Krim became the first Rocky to hit a homer in their first game with the club since Coco Montes did it on June 11th, 2023 versus San Diego. He became the 13th Rocky to homer for their first career major league hit since Braxton Fulford on April 20th versus Washington. So it's like those kind of things. You know, you're like someone else is looking all of that stuff up, and a lot of times your producer during a broadcast will be looking that up live. So when Drew Goodman on the broadcast, pulls some crazy story or some crazy stat out of his ass, it's 99% chance it was not done by him just in that moment. It was a producer who comes onto his headset while he's still talking and tells him the stat, and then he relays that to the audience. It's wild because when you're doing the broadcast, you like have to get used to talking, obviously, but then having someone also talking to you in your ear while you're still speaking and being able to listen to what they're saying and still keep talking about the game. It's a bit of it kind of messes you up mentally, like as it's happening.
Yeah, you gotta be, I can't multitask very well. So
yeah,
I would be talking to that person. It would be bad.
It's one of those things that that like the first time that ever happened where I had a producer like in my headset, like counting me down, like we're going to commercial in 5, 4, 3, and I'm still talking, as I'm sending to commercial break. I literally had like a brain meltdown. Like I stopped talking because I'm like, it feels weird. It feels wrong. Like you shouldn't be listening to what someone's saying. But the more you do it, the more practice you get to where you actually get to a point where you can do both. But the first few times, man, it's tough.
Yeah, I'd start.
By the way,
what they were saying.
Mark. Yeah, and Astray, you answered it though. Yeah, Susie's with Gorilla Sports now. She's in the press box too. She just sits on the other side. But she still does Rocky stuff. It's funny. She's actually like one of the most consistent like media members. Like she's there every single game. Even Patrick, who's, as you guys know, a diehard Rockies reporter and been at every game for years. Like even he's missed probably more games than she has. Like she's dialed in. 98 down the middle, dude. Saez is at 107. This has got to be his last batter. 108 pitches.
There's a few Rockies that haven't gotten to 108 in 2 starts this year.
dude.
Well, and not even counting their just bad starts or where they don't make it through the third inning. But
so this is where I'm a little confused. And again, not confused. That's the wrong word. That is a out. It's a nice hit by Tovar, but right at him. This is where like I want to know if Warren Schaefer, if the Rockies were a playoff-oriented team, would he ride his pitchers to 108 pitches in a 9-1, not meaningless game, but the Padres, barring a disastrous collapse with one of the best bullpens in baseball, the Padres should not lose this game. It's 9-1 against the Rockies, one of the worst offenses in all of baseball. Why is Dylan Cease still pitching? He's at 108 pitches. You know, I don't think the Rockies would have pulled him after 80 pitches. You know, after the Rockies or after they got up 9-1, the Rockies would have said, "Yeah, we're bringing the bullpen in. You know, we're saving this guy's arm for October."
Yeah, it will be interesting. I don't know if we'll ever get the answer because it's not really like a question you want to ask. You know, you have some journalistic credibility. That'd be something I would ask after calling him coach. But if we ever get to see Warren Schaefer manage a playoff level team, whether it's the Rockies, maybe somebody else, but it would be curious to see how he manages his starters, how many days he gives guys off. Like, you know, there's got to be part of him too that's like take out the we need to get X guys at bats scenario that he's clearly in, because there's so many question marks on the Rockies roster of guys that you don't know what they're going to be, and you want to get them at bats and see if they have a chance at being a part of the future. But I feel like he's very lenient in how many, like, I feel like if we had anybody that was healthy all year, which maybe not even Hunter Goodman, right? I don't think anybody on the Rockies roster started
healthy
opening
relatively all year.
But hasn't he missed like a week or two for an injury?
He might have.
If you had a guy that was healthy for all 162, and a catcher's a different story, but like if you had a position player that was healthy for 162, Warren's trend, I bet they don't play more than 125, 130 maybe. And that's great. Like, and maybe that's where baseball is going too. That's where I would know this more in 2016. See, Ritter's healthy and our
Ritter's fine.
That pisses me off. But like, I remember guys used to play. I mean, fuck. Now this is very old, but Helton would play like 155, 158. Even Nolan Arenado would play 155 plus every year. He'd get a few random Sundays off here or there when you throw in your shit lineup for a Sunday getaway game, and like, his tendencies are a little bit.
Oh, so Ritter was hurt.
Concerning.
So did you just see that replay, by the way? Yeah, they showed Ritter getting back.
Yeah, he rolled his ankle apparently, right?
God, I didn't even see that when it happened. You're right. These late games.
This guy's got some fucking. Go ahead.
No, these late games, like I haven't been as locked in on like watching them. I've been like listening to them, or I'll keep up with the score, but I haven't been like eyes on the game as much as before.
Ritter's got some weird injuries. He's rolled his ankle running back to the base. He's broken his finger bunting. That's concerning for me.
You know, if there's a year to have weird injuries, 2025 is that year. You're right, Zach, he did, because I remember seeing tweets about all three of them getting hurt. Dollander, Bernabel, and Ritter. You're right. Yeah. Well, it's good to see him back in the game. I would much rather have Ryan Ritter getting some reps than Mr. Arcia.
Well, they just moved Arcia to shortstop, so.
Oh, did they really? I only saw Ritter come in.
Yeah.
So they took Tovar out?
Tovar got out, and
Tovar's
they said, all right, we're going to mail it in.
Oh!
Well, but. Oh, damn it, Tyler. I will say, though, I would rather see, in a game like this, I'd rather see Tovar come out now and play tomorrow than if Tovar had a scheduled day off tomorrow and then he comes out and then doesn't play. Like, if that means Tovar is going to play tomorrow, then great. But I also don't want them to get 42 tomorrow. Actually, maybe I do, because then we can do our thing on Monday and just be done with it.
I know. I'm kind of excited
do our
for that.
exciting thing.
Yeah, Astray, the Rockies clubhouse hasn't been that down vibes wise. Like, I mean, it's always shitty after a loss. Like Spencer's been to a couple of those post games where you walk back to the clubhouse and it's just dead silent and it feels like guys are going to cry. But that's any team. It's never fun after a loss. But the vibes are kind of chill for the most part. And the way I look at it is like these players, especially knowing that they're not playing for a postseason and knowing that most of them are between the ages of 22 and 24, they're playing literally just to stay alive in their careers. Like they're just trying to earn their spots. So they don't really care too much about wins and losses, although they'll tell you that they do. But if you put them up to a lie detector or something, I guarantee you their focus is on their play each day. And yes, the better they play, the better that helps the team and the better the vibes become and all that kind of stuff. But these guys are just trying to earn their spot. And I've talked to Spilly about this too a couple times, and he's like, yeah, these guys are literally just fighting for their jobs every single day. I mean, look at what happened with Michael Tolia, who went from thinking he was going to be the next big Rocky to him not even being a consideration for 2026. So the vibes don't really change in a dramatic fashion like I think the fans think that it does, because a lot of it's just very individual. Now, I will say on the back of a big win, yeah, the vibes are good. Rockies, they might as well be a playoff team. Like after that crazy Pirates win, it literally felt like a Rocktober game minus the champagne. I mean, it was just unbelievable in the clubhouse. But yeah, no, it's a good question because you would think that like it would be just super depressing being around these guys, but you also have to remember how long this season is. I mean, it's 162 games for everyone, not just the Rockies. I mean, every single team, and a lot of these players show up 5-6 hours before the game even starts. They stay an hour after the game ends, and I mean, it is a grind of a season, and so you're just going to work every day. I mean, that's just the truth of it. Welcome to the game, Ryan Ritter.
Ball always finds you when you come in. One interesting thing about this whole concept, and granted, I guess maybe these guys will talk or other guys are paying attention, but do you think players saying care less is a very, like, just lazy way to put it, but do you think a lot of these players, in terms of on the field, they're going to care and try, and they're at bats and a ball's hit to them, they're going to, or they're going to try to leg out a double when they can, make good plays that are on tape, on film, whatever you want to call it for anyone else. But do you think there's something in the Rockies organization this year, especially where, like, let's say you're Ryan Ritter was a fine example. You're like, Schaefer's probably not going to be here again. Bill Schmidt probably won't be here again. Does it really matter how I act in the locker room and how much work I put in? Now, I'm not singling out Ritter and saying that I'm not singling out any player here saying that this is the case, example. But yeah. I'm just saying as an example, like if I was a player and knew, okay, I got 2 more years on my deal, I can put a product out on the field, and if I, that's what matters, and the work internally. But to me, like the vibes, like, do they really care about trying to bring the vibes up other than for their own literal mental sanity? Like, that in a theoretical world, your GM should be gone and your manager will probably be along with him. You're like, what the fuck does it even matter? We lost. If you lose after a loss, you're like, well, we're going to get back in the cage or do whatever I can do to be better tomorrow as an individual player. But all of this doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think you're gambling though, I think in that case, because the Rockies are a weird organization that doesn't do things like we expect them to. That's why we're here right now as one of the worst teams in the history of baseball. So although we all expect them to have a front office shakeup and an overhaul and Bill Schmidt to be gone and maybe Warren Schaefer to be gone with him and all that kind of stuff, you just don't know. And so on the spare chance that, let's say, Bill Schmidt and Warren Schaefer are still there next year, let's use Zach Veen for an example, because we know the Rockies don't trust Zach Veen's mental space, like headspace. They don't trust his maturity, let's just say. If Warren Schaefer and Bill Schmidt are there next year, then Zach Vegan's screwed. And I would even argue beyond that, even if they aren't there, like people talk. Baseball is a small business for a lot of these front office teams. It's a small community, and so people talk. People have conversations. People call reporters. Like scouts from other teams will call reporters to ask, hey, how does this guy? We're thinking about looking into X player. How do they handle the media? I know for a fact that the Yankees called a specific Rockies reporter multiple times throughout this last season, for this year, this season, asking about Ryan McMahon and his ability to handle tough media, because they wanted to make sure that the Yankees, who were planning on trading Ryan McMahon and obviously ended up trading Ryan McMahon, that he was going to be able to handle the media in New York. And so, in the conversation that I had with this reporter, the Yankees called him multiple times before he ended up being traded, and he had to keep it off the record. Obviously, he had to not break that news. But I mean, that's the kind of stuff like that happens. So I think these guys, it goes beyond just playing good baseball. You've got to be able to be good with the media. You've got to be able to have confidence. You've got to have a good head on your shoulders. Like they call it what is it, the 7 to a player, and the mentality part of it is a big tool involved in these players. So yeah, like Chase Dolander, for example, is a very positive. Oh, that's not a strike. Yeah, it's ready to go home. Chase Dolander is a perfect example of a guy who has a good head on his shoulders, and the Rockies organizationally trust him a ton. Like you talk to anyone in the Rockies organization, on or off the record, and they're like, this dude has a very, very mature approach to life and to baseball, and he's going to figure his shit out, So even if Bill Schmidt and Warren Schaefer and all of those guys are gone next year, that type of attitude will continue to be passed on to whoever their successors are.
Yeah, that makes sense. That like hearing that the Yankees called a reporter to ask about that. That's super. That's the kind of info I want. That's the kind of info that's cool to hear about, because it's insane to me that said reporter, maybe we'll talk off the air about this, but did you do any digging on their tweets regarding potential Ryan McMahon to the Yankees trades before it happened? Was there any crumbs
like hints,
that they left?
Like hints to it? Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. They're pretty good about not giving too much away. But it is funny to see that they're that the organization is not just like this is a big business. I mean, Yankees, for example, is a multi-billion dollar.
I would definitely be
brand.
A little bit.
Oh, I lost you there, Spence. I can see you breathing, but I can't hear you. Spence, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I think I'm having some Wi-Fi issues. My TV's also showing me a spinning baseball.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see myself clearly, but Spence is a little fuzzy. Yeah, we got the spinning circle of death for Spence. I'll keep you rolling here. I'm texting him right now. Yeah, Karos is one of those guys I want to see him show a little more emotion. He's a really laid back guy. I've talked to him a couple times in the clubhouse and stuff. Super chill dude. Just go with the flow. Welcome back, Spence. But yeah, I want to see a little more fight from Karos emotionally.
Even the Wi-Fi wants to go home from this game. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. Wi-Fi is like. I got you now. You look better now.
Okay, good. My TV doesn't, though. I'm still seeing a spinning baseball. I have no clue if we just scored 5 runs or not.
The Rockies have actually come back and tied the game. Nope. Mr. Kyle Hart just got the fly out. End of the top of the 7th inning. Heading to the bottom of the 7th. Score still 9-1. The Rockies only have 5 hits. This is the other thing about the Rockies. I feel like in these last 20 games, because when the second half of the season started, it felt like the Rockies were like a second half baseball team. Like they were not just the second half of the season, like second half of the game. First 5 innings or 4 innings were, average or below average. And then the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, you're like, all right, these guys are going to come back. They're going to do whatever they're going to score 6 runs here in the 8th inning. And now it feels the complete opposite. It feels like whatever you have by the 4th inning is what you're going to get. That's all you got.
Yeah, it did feel like there was a little mile high Lodo magic, I think is what they call it. We haven't had it consistently for so long that I forgot what it's called, but a little Lodo magic, especially at Coors Field. They're down like 3-4 runs in the 7th, and you get a couple guys on and make a few things happen, and you're back in the game or you're taking a lead. And now the second Tatis hit that home run, it was 3-1. This game was over immediately.
I know. Do you remember that Diamondbacks game earlier in the season where it was like 16-14 or something like that? It was like the Pirates game before the Pirates game was a thing. Do you remember that, where the Rockies were going, toe for toe with the Diamondbacks until the last inning and won it?
Yeah, I was on a bachelor party during that game, but I was watching on my phone on the score, and I was like, holy shit, the Rockies won.
And I think that was in crazy fashion.
Wasn't that another one of the can't win 9 in a row against the Rockies scenarios?
It might have been.
I think it was 8 straight losses until that.
It might have been. But I remember our buddies over at Purple Row, they were doing a couple watch-alongs to start the season. And they did a watch-along the game before that. And the game before that was terrible. It wasn't even like this. It was one of those just, 12-0. There was nothing to talk about. The game was terrible type of games. And then they didn't do a watch along the next day. And the next day was the 18-16 game or what, and you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was one of the more fun games of the year for sure. That would have been an elite watch along game.
There've been a couple electric games this year. And that's just baseball.
Oh, look who's catching.
Is that Mr. Drew Romo?
It's his.
Ooh, and that was a normal throwback.
Ryan Rollison pitching to Drew Romo in September of 2025.
Oh my God, we got Drew Romo. That's a jinx if I've ever seen one. We talked the hell out of that.
You think he's just
I was telling you this, and I'll tell you guys watching at home. So I was watching the Rockies doing catcher drills the other day before one of their games, and they weren't doing batting practice. They were just doing throwdowns. So it was Drew Romo, Hunter Goodman, and Braxton Fulford. And defensively, Drew Romo's ability is leaps and bounds beyond Hunter Goodman, at least Hunter Goodman. It's relatively close to Fulford. Fulford's a pretty good defensive catcher, and he's got a good throwdown. But Drew Romo's pop time, his throwdown to second, like an absolute cannon. And I was sitting there, and I'm just like, man, if only we could combine. I mean, I know we're playing the what if game, but if only Hunter Goodman could have the defensive ability of Drew Romo and still have his bat, because obviously Drew Romo's biggest issue is his bat. He just not really a good hitter. But man, defensively as a catcher, he's solid. You could see the difference though between a real big league catcher and Hunter Goodman, who's just playing catcher because he needs to.
Yeah, what's crazy about that is, not saying that Braxton Fulford and or Drew Romo are even going to be half of the major leaguer that Hunter Goodman has been this year and hopefully is in his career for the Rockies the next 5 years. And through my purple glasses, obviously that's the optimistic hope. But kind of crazy to think now, looking at this season and looking at the fact that the Rockies transitioned Goodman into a catcher, and there would be so many other spots for him to play now Like there's no other spots that are solidified enough to where his bat obviously, like, I'm not saying he's the worst catcher ever. He's passable at catcher, but like the whenever that transition started, what if it was like 2-3 years ago, that the Rockies were probably like, well, our outfield's kind of set, or first base we should be okay. Like we don't have any catchers that are real ready to go, and we keep signing these Austin Nolas and Jacob Stallings, and they had Elias Diaz probably at that time. But like now looking back on it, it's kind of funny because I almost want to. Oh my God, I've never watched Drew Romo throw it back to the pitcher, and that was like a straight shot put. That looks like me throwing with my left hand.
No. This is better. I was just watching it. It's significantly better than it was last year. Last year it was literally like he was throwing a knuckleball as a shot put. This is like he's getting some oomph behind it. It's not great, dude. But it's better. I promise you, this is better than what it was before. Like it was so bad last year. Guys were stealing bases on his throwback to the mound. He's getting it. It's better than what it was. He had the yips. I mean, it's that simple. There was no fundamental like technique behind the throwing. I mean, I'm sure he had overthrown one too many pitchers, lost his confidence, because his throwdowns to second is incredible. Like he's got a cannon. So the only reason he's throwing back to the mound like that is because he's trying to make sure he gets it there without overthrowing the pitcher. And yeah.
Dude, I can't stop watching it now.
Dude, I'm telling you, you got to go back and watch some Drew Romo highlights from last year, man. It's much worse, or it was much worse.
That is cracking me up, dude. That looks like when you give a ball to like a 7-year-old and they just try to throw it for the first time.
Or if you're throwing a ball to a 7-year-old and
that's how I throw the ball to my son. I'm like,
hey,
I don't want you to get drilled in the face. Here you go.
I still can't get over the fact that you dropped Sawyer off at our house for us to babysit him one time, and I'm playing catch with him with the wiffle ball, and I just dome him in the forehead, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm so sorry, Sawyer.
You were warming Bernabel concussed him.
Yeah, literally. Then Marissa's coming around the corner like, what did you do? I'm like, it's not even my kid. I didn't mean to.
Just a light toss.
She's like holding him. He's like not crying anymore because she's holding him. I'm like, bro, come on. Ryan Ralston going up and in. O'Hearn almost leaned into that.
O'Hearn didn't like that at all, clearly.
When I was in high school playing high school ball, we used to do hit by pitch drills where our coach would do BP with real baseballs, and he'd have 5 or 6 baseballs in his glove, and he'd throw real BP, and you were supposed to hit him. But every once in a while, he would have a tennis ball in there, and he would drill you with the tennis ball, and you were supposed to sit in and take it. Like you weren't supposed to get out of the way. And if you got out of the way, you had to go run poles or whatever. You know what I mean? But that was the whole thing. Was he would basically, he'd just doing BP, and then he'd just drill you with a tennis ball. And the whole idea was to get you to not get out of the way. But then again, guys were not throwing 95 miles an hour in high school. So, it hurt a lot less.
How fun is a coach if you just like hated a kid and you just fucking wreck him with a tennis ball?
Yeah, I'm sure there was some joy mixed into that as well.
We used to, as a team, basically just like completely embarrass any of our guys, including my, as anybody in the dugout that wasn't even in the on deck circle. If there was a pitch, especially like a slow curveball, that was very much like the time for people throwing a lot of curveballs, and even in high school. And if you didn't wear it, the whole dugout would just scream, "Wear it," and just be in your face, and you would have to take the hit, the mental hit of like, oh my God, and then if you didn't get on base, oh, you got the evil eye from like 10 dudes going back in the dugout.
God, high school baseball was so fun. What incredible times. Yeah, we appreciate that, Ashtray. We appreciate you guys because this has been a hell of a season, and it's crazy to me that we only got like 2 weeks left, but season's wrapping up, man.
It's funny,
actually sad, which is funny. Because
I
like
want
you
to
would think that we'd be
apologize.
happy.
I want to apologize to Ashtray because I fucked up calling him Ashtray, but I think it's Astray. Like I led you
No way.
astray, and we've been calling him Ashtray. So apologies for that. That was completely.
No way. I didn't even think about that either.
I was like, this has got to be something other. So Astray. Apologies.
That's incredible. I did not even realize that. Astray, you have led us astray.
And you're welcome for sticking in with you because we love it too. Like, yeah, thinking of the Rockies being over is actually a little bit sad because they're always just there. Whether they're bad or good, they're just there. You know, like every
Dude, I'm
night.
getting emotional. My glasses are fogging up.
For like, you know, like this is this upcoming schedule. They're showing it on the TV right now. That's it.
I'll be there in Seattle. It's the only travel games I'm going to this year.
Dude, is Scott, are you in the chat? I don't think I've seen you, but I think his original prediction was the 17th. I think that's this Wednesday for the game, the season not worst record in MLB history breaking game. And that actually feels right. Wednesday feels right.
It does. Yeah, Felix, we want to do more. It's tough because, as you know, it's hard to warrant production materials for watch-alongs for the Rockies. So, you know, it's hard to get like people to produce and to get, you know, I mean, and I understand that because, you know, if we have a producer sitting there, you know, managing this entire stream, the whole game, 162 games out of the year, whatever it is, like that, that becomes tedious. But I think what Spence and I are going to do is, you know, at least try to do is produce more of these on our own, even if it's not like the DNVR full production, but to just do more of these watch-alongs and especially next year for sure. I agree. We might do what's that other platform too? Trying to remember. Playback.
Oh, there's that one where you can kind of you can watch the game on the screen.
Or you can hook up your MLB account to play back and watch along at the same time. So we're definitely planning on doing some more stuff like that. You know, maybe this year, but also especially next year, because Spencer and I normally are watching games in our separate houses, texting each other the entire game. So
100%.
Like, why not just watch it all together and with you guys? And if you haven't already, and you feel interested in meeting up with more Rockies fans, more sickos like yourselves, jump into our DNVR diehard Discord. Because you talk about having conversations every single game, like every single time something crazy happens for the Rockies, the first place I go is jumping on the Discord because you've got 5 or 6 like diehard Rockies fans in there, just either crashing out or getting hyped or whatever. You know, I mean, it's a good time. So our small little Rockies community is fun.
I want the chat to help me craft my game recap tweet. I've got some ideas of what went wrong and what went right, but anybody in the chat wants to help me with my game recap tweet. I've already tweeted the call capital L with only one. It's first loss, didn't say one last night. But what went right, what went wrong tonight? I need some help from the chat. I can craft it myself. I think it's pretty obvious, but if anybody's got any interesting tidbits that I can add in there, this is definitely not an infuriating loss or a exciting loss. This is neither.
No, this is a very typical loss for the Rockies. 9-1. You know, pitching was bad, offense wasn't great, but you're facing a good team. Makes sense.
I like that. Okay. I'm going to have Drew Romo in my what went right. Shout out Astray. I almost called him Astray again.
I feel like we got to call him Astray from here on out. Rockies watch-along legend, Astray, who's been politely not correcting us this entire game. Thank you. Kyle Hart. Was Kyle Hart the guy I'm thinking of that, like, shoved against the Rockies? Ooh, we get a Drew Romo at bat.
Oh, I wonder if he swings like he throws, just like throws the bat at it.
His swing's all right. It's not bad, but it's just his offense isn't good. That's a ball. Good take. We'll call this Drew Romo at bat. 1-0 on Drew Romo. Guy at first. Romo has a chance to do some damage here if he can get on. 1 out, top of the 8th inning. 9-1 the score. Rockies getting blown out by the Padres on the road. Kyle Hart, former KBO pitcher, pitching against young Rocky, and that's a swing and a miss. And a nice sweeper on the inside part of the plate. Drew Romo recently called back up. No one knows why. The Rockies added a third catcher to their rotation. We're all still shaking our heads and questioning it, but here we go. Give a young guy a shot. That's the story of this season. 1-1 the count. Romo gets into his stance. Kyle Hart, I think that's his first name, out of the windup. Nope, that's the stretch. And that's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. So he's going nothing but off speed so far against Drew Romo. And he's got him in a 1-2 count.
I don't think he's thrown an actual strike to him yet either, is the unfortunate
I was going to say, and Romo hasn't quite done what he has wanted to do against that off-speed pitch. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Hart. And that's a swing and a miss. Not even competitive. And Romo goes down swinging in his first and maybe only at-bat as a Rocky in 2020.
Yeah, I mean, that ball wasn't even, that was on the plate. The like little pitch circle with showing where the ball crossed the plate, it was down in the ground. And it's like not fair to overanalyze one at bat, but Jesus Christ, that wasn't even, that looked like you in a softball game.
Dude, don't even, man. Hey, I haven't struck out in a softball game in weeks. I struck out 5 times in one game, which I don't even know what kind of sombrero that is. 5 times in one game in a slow pitch softball. And now
That's a platinum sombrero.
Yeah, I'm never gonna hear the end of it. I literally sent you the clip of what's that? Nick Kurtz, his strikeout against that 30-mile-per-hour pitch the other day. And I'm like, see, it's not just me. It's not just me.
I needed 80 on the black to make solid contact. This fucking 30 floating up there is not for me.
Give me a real pitch. Come on. What are we doing with this weak bullshit?
Will, the Ryan Howard. Honestly, that'd be the Michael Tolia in these last couple of games, except he never got enough at bats to get 5 strikeouts.
I don't think I've ever struck out 5 times in a game in my life. And the fact that I struck out swinging 5 times in a slow pitch softball game, Spencer legitimately felt bad. Like he didn't want to talk to me because he felt
after
bad.
1 and 2. After 1 and 2 was hilarious, and I was like, I want to give him some shit. And after 5, I was like, I don't think I can talk to him about this.
It's so bad.
Oh God,
man, I was embarrassed. And Marissa was at the game too. It was like her first game she had gone to. I couldn't even touch the baseball or the softball. And I like go see Marissa after the game. I'm like, well, we can head right to the courthouse or the courthouse, and I'll sign the divorce papers tomorrow.
I remember after the game, one of the guys was like, "Oh, that was his girl behind home plate," and I was like, "Yep." Luckily, it wasn't like a girlfriend scenario. It was like a marriage of 4 or 5 years. Like, that's a girlfriend scenario. She's gone.
Yeah, dude, she's toast. I know. Marissa's like, thank God I love you. I'm like, yeah, thank God. I my first game that you were not there for, I had 7 RBIs in the first inning by myself. So it just all fell apart. Yeah, that's a Jordan Beck hit.
Off of Bragley Rodriguez. Beck's had a good night.
First pitch, yeah. I would say Jordan Beck.
Right
yeah. Add JB in there. That's in 2010. I didn't know that. Ryan Howard went 0 for 7 with 5 Ks. See, getting 5 Ks in a real baseball game is, I mean, that sucks. But that's so much more understandable. Yes, thank you, Felix. I did end up getting him next time. Once I learned to slow my bat down and not swing like I wanted to hit it 500 feet every single time, I can now make contact again, and now I trust my swing again. You know, we're back to normal. But man, that was a brutal day. Oh, Blaine Krim in the gap. Oh, we're gapping it. Blaine Krim sends one to the corner. That's going to score 1, maybe 2. Did he hold him at third? No, he scored 2. Let's go.
Of course, my fucking TV's out.
Blaine Creme de la Creme.
I'm
That's a
watching
good piece of hitting. God, he has kind of an ugly swing. Talk about just throwing the bat at the ball.
He's got more home runs and RBIs than Michael Toglia in his last 100 at bats in two games.
The Crim Reaper, I love that. The Crim Reaper. So I think I had said this on the show. Also,
I think the Crim Reaper was started in our.
That's not a strike. Nope, you froze, Spence. Oh, you're back now. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys heard this on the show a while ago when Blaine Crim got signed by the Rockies a month ago or whatever. I actually, when I was PA announcing for Spokane Indians back in 2019 or something like that, Blaine Crim had just signed with the Spokane Indians, or just got sent up to the Spokane Indians, and they were not even with the Rockies at the time. They were with the Texas Rangers. This was before the Spokane Indians even got moved to the Rockies organization, and Blaine Crim was a part of the Texas Rangers, and now he's a Rocky. So full circle moment for me. Got to announce his first at bat as a Spokane Indian when he was a Ranger, and now you can watch him with the Rockies.
Bro's got 5 RBIs in 2 games. I honestly don't think. I don't know how many games you'd have to go through to find a Rocky with 5 RBIs. You'd have to go back probably 2 to 3 weeks before you got anybody else on this team with 5 RBIs. I'm dead serious.
I did not see that Modesto was getting a league team. Ooh, that hit him. Yep, there you go. Attaboy. Dude, Rodriguez, man, he kind of sucks.
He probably got hurt on that. I still haven't seen this Crim double because my fucking TV froze, and now it's...
That was kind of the only good part of this entire game, Spence, and you missed it.
I know. Oh, yeah, that skimmed the jersey. If he was a
comeback is on. Nothing like another 2-out comeback. I'm telling you, man, the Rockies only do work with 2 outs in these last 20 games. So Rodriguez came in, threw 8 pitches, and just fell apart.
Kyle Freeland style.
Yeah.
Oh, the boys are getting a little juiced. Ritter's clapping it up.
I would take a 9-5 loss today. I'd feel good about that. If the Rockies can put up 5.
Is this verging on exciting now or no? Because it was 9-1.
If they get to 5, put it as an exciting loss. The boys battle back. They put up 5. Yeah, half of an exciting loss. The boys battle back. They put up 5 runs in the game against a very good pitching team. No hat for Miller. God, Mason Miller's so cool. There you go. Now he puts on his hat. Oh, I threw 105 miles an hour and no one can hit me. Look at me. I'm Mason Miller.
Is that the old Athletic?
Yes. What a wild swing for Kyle Karros.
How do you get to 99 there?
Yeah, okay. That's insane. Obviously his bat took the brunt of that, but how do you get your hands inside like that? 99 tailing in, and you turn on it. And Karros doesn't really have an overly fast bat. He was sitting fastball first pitch, and that's just where the fastball went. Yeah, Zach, that's a great comment. We earned Mason Miller warming up. Yes. Exciting loss brewing for the Rockies. San Diego's yeah, we need to lock in.
Yep, astray. I actually added Crim to the Crim de la Crim. I just copied and pasted from last night. And
Oh, that would have been sick. I thought that was getting in the hole. All right. Yeah, a 9-5 loss is good in my book. I'm cool with
9-5 losses gets us to half an exciting.
Yep.
Which gets us to 17 and a half.
Anything above that gives me a full exciting loss. I'm taking my last bite of this burger that's lasted me this entire game.
I housed this pizza. It was gas. Shout out Pizzeria Louie. They were so busy, we called at like 5:15 to order this pizza, hoping like maybe it's there by 6 before we turned on our thing at like 6:30, 6:40. Pizza wasn't ready till 6:35. Then they told us that when we called. That's how busy this place is. And also, I made my wife call. I fucking hate calling. I was going to order DoorDash, and I just like doing that online, but I hate calling somewhere and ordering pizza, so I made her do it.
Why?
I don't like talking to people in real life.
You talk to people for a living.
I hate when somebody calls me out of the blue. I can't stand that. Anytime I need to call someone, I text them first, and I say, "Hey, do you have a second?" And then I call them. I will like the only person I will just call out of the blue is my brother and my mom and my wife. Those are the three people in my life that I would just call. Anybody? Am I weird, chat, or is
yes? That's wild.
No, dude, I do not like when I see somebody calling me. It actually pisses me off.
I don't mind. Like, see, I get what you're saying. Like, I'm not someone that I'm not going to just call you out of the blue. But if I have something that I need information wise from you, or if I need to like talk to you, I'm not going to text you first. I'm just going to call you. I'm going to text you, "Hey, bro, you got a second?" Like, I call Marissa's dad all the time because her dad is like very knowledgeable about, fixing everything. And so I'll just call him out of the blue and be like, "Hey, you got a second?" Easy. Not weird.
See, I immediately when somebody calls me, I get stressed out. I'm like, "Oh fuck, something's going wrong."
What girlfriend broke up to you on a phone call in high school?
Well, how much time you got? I got a few, actually.
Yeah, that's great. I was like, there's got to be some trauma mixed in there, man.
No, but legit, even when my mom calls me, like the only person in the world that can call me that I don't think it's something bad or something that needs like is an emergency is my brother. If my brother calls me, I know it's to tell me something fucking stupid that happened to him or some funny shit that he can't text. But anybody else calls me and I'm immediately thinking, fuck, something's going wrong.
Wild. Also, can we get Mr. Shibi a new belt? Why does he only wear the Rocky City Connect belt?
Oh, yeah, that's a rough look.
He does it every single game, every time he pitches, even if he's not wearing the City Connects. I'm like, do the equipment guys like not help him out, or are they sitting there on the broadcast watching like, God, dude, wear the right belt?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, especially considering like we don't have any color. Like our City Connect colors are not even close to our real colors.
That's what I mean.
Like it doesn't even remotely match.
If you're wearing the Padres jersey with the light blue belt, it looks more in place than a gray, black, and purple jersey with a light blue belt. Yeah, Will, you're right. Wait until you hear how superstitious baseball players are. You're not wrong, but surprised that an equipment manager hasn't been like, "Bro, you need to wear the right belt." Like, I got in trouble for that kind of stuff when I was in college. Like, you got to wear the right, gear. I mean, and that goes down to like the like sleeves that you wear, like your Under Armours and stuff. Like it's
not like Caleb Williams out there wearing a fucking gray camo Under Armour fucking shirt on Monday Night Football. Come on.
I saw that. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Elias Diaz hitting 204 on the season.
He's not there. Is he their primary catcher?
Yeah. And he's actually like a good catcher. I mean, obviously he was an all-star for the Rockies. I'm not, but it's surprising to me that the Rockies DFA'd him last year and kept Stallings. And maybe there was a contractual reason. Maybe I'm not thinking of the money side of that.
Yeah, or maybe it was like them trying to do right by him and letting him go to a team he wanted. I mean, he won an All-Star MVP for this squad. That's like the best award a Rocky's gotten in 5 years. So
I still think it's hilarious that we, for like a second, were thinking about Tyler Freeman, National League batting title champion.
yeah, when I was doing the math in the press box, I still remember that. I think I still have that. I think I still have that scorecard from that day where I was doing the math on it. Now he's hitting like 270.
Yeah, God forbid a guy goes into a slump. God, look at where Giromo's set up. I just love, as a former pitcher who was very picky about catchers, or paid a lot of attention to the people who were catching me. I just love a good defensive catcher, and Romo. I would have loved pitching to Romo. Weird throwback and all.
Did you like when? Because I used to catch, and I used to never go down to like one knee for like a low pitch. And I started as I got older, like when I started playing varsity in high school, I started like if I would go outside, like see how Romo's on one knee there. I wasn't flat on one knee. I was like on the inside of my knee, but like my whole inside of my left knee and my calf was like on the ground.
Yeah, I like that. I've talked to Romo about this actually, and he talks about like how in the minors he's learned to change. So even right there, you can see he still has a knee down, even though he's set up down the middle.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
And then
and
he's
he
shot
talked to
putting
me
it
about
back.
it.
I can't get over that.
I know. I'm telling you, it's still better, man. It's better than what he was last year. But he was talking to me about it, and like because I was asking him like, hey, do you throw down from your knees? Because a lot of times you see catchers throw down from their knees, and he's like, no, if I see a guy going, I'll stand up out of the knee down. I'll stand up into that pitch. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I mean, he's got a great pop time. Like his pop time's sub 1.8. He is a great defensive catcher, but man, I know we only have one at bat to go off of this year, but boy, I don't need to see another one of those.
Man, I'm sad that it's Diaz at first base because I want to see it. I want to see a stolen base attempt. I want to see this throwdown. I want something to hang on to.
Zero chance he goes to second, unless he's got Shivi timed up, and by then he'll be walking to second.
Dude, I don't think maybe I need to pay more attention now to other catchers, but I don't think I've seen a dude get on a knee for every single pitch.
I actually did a whole video of it. I'll send it to you. I did a whole like video where I had Romo breaking down his catching stance and had a video overlaid with him talking about it. For someone who didn't catch, I'm a pretty I pride myself in being a catcher nerd. That's tanked.
Oh.
Dude, that ball was absolutely smoked. Bryce Johnson, who's hitting like barely under 400.
His first home run of the year. Maybe his career. Never heard that name.
Yeah, I think he was just called up because he's hitting like 380. So that has to mean he doesn't have that many at bats. He gets the hug from Diaz. Thought they were going to kiss there. 89 down the middle.
That would have made.
I mean, we've seen weirder from the Dodgers, dude. I mean, the Kike Hernandez little cup check celebration he had for the World Series was.
Well, once we get to tweet out our video, did you see the video Yaya made us and put in Slack? Oh, yeah. The ending of that is great. So, or not the ending, but the one part of the
Kyle Farmer one.
Yes, yeah. Farmer. It was Farmer and Freeman, right?
I think it was Freeman. Yep. Yeah, that I know that's a good video. I'm excited to post that when the Rockies do eventually get their 42nd win. It's funny, we've had more resources, like from a company perspective, for the Rockies when they're about to break or avoid the record for worst season in the history of baseball than we've had all year. Everyone's bought in. We're like, let's go. Let's get the Rockies their 42nd win of the year. Yeah. Yeah, that was right down the middle. That was crazy.
Who's going to win the National League batting title? Is it Arise or is it still Will Smith? Is he going to have enough at bats?
I do not know. I have not kept up on that kind of stuff. You want to know who would be able to answer that question? Patrick Lyons. Whoa! Watch your lips, bud. Also, I know he's in the background on that last shot, but we were talking about how bad Michael Tolia's new goatee is. Can we add Jackson Merrill into that conversation? The most just awful looking goatee on a dude. Jackson Merrill went from being like a good looking baseball player. He cut his hair and he grew out a goatee, and now he just looks like a scrawny dude with a goatee.
Who do you think is leading the National League in hitting? Average.
Average? Is it not Arise? Arise went through a bit of a down period.
Arise is 6
Yeah,
at 286. There's one guy in the National League hitting over 300.
Give me a team.
Nationals.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know.
Actually, I lied. My mind is caught in 2022. It's Phillies.
Oh, Bryce Harper.
No, Trey Turner.
Oh, really? The other former National.
Trey Turner hitting 305. Nico Horner, the second baseman for the Cubs, 297. Sal Frelick, 295. Freddie Freeman, 292. And Bryce Terang, 287. Then you have Arise at 6. Punch out. That guy doesn't strike out.
That's what happens when you don't throw 82 right down the middle on hell.
Did you just hear that stat?
No.
That was the first time a Colorado Rocky has ever struck out Luis Arise.
Add it to the list.
Oh, fuck, I know. I'm running out of room on this tweet. I will add it.
I mean, you don't even have to add that to the tweet. I mean, add that to the crazy stat list.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. First time a Rocky has ever struck out Luis Arise. Oh, man. Who's this guy? Wagner? Who the hell is Wagner? Full exciting loss now. Yeah. A strikeout of Luis Arise immediately. Full exciting loss. Rockies are losing 11-3, but God forbid they strike out Luis Arise. It's a good pitch. GBE's weird, man. Every once in a while he has the stuff where you're like, damn, that's unhittable. Like, he looks really good, and then he just plates 82, and it gets hit 500 feet. He lost Spence. That's also the issue with Dolander, though, too. Like Dolander, like what just happened with GBE, it's 1-2, and you're thinking, okay, you can waste a pitch, but make it competitive. And he just throws one 10 feet in front of the plate, and you're like, okay, well, you really did waste a pitch. Non-competitive pitches or uncompetitive pitches. See, like that's a good pitch to miss.
Yeah, that's something where you're like, just a really good batter with really good plate discipline is not going to swing at that. A batter with a little less may, and it's close, and 100 miles an hour. Like, you can live with that. Now here, you just got to go at him. Thank you.
Yep. Good play. Yeah, well, I agree. CBE does feel like the type of guy that gets sent to the Yankees and ends up being like an ace out of the pen. Rockies heading to the top of the ninth. This is it, folks. This is it. Can the Rockies mark a comeback?
7 runs. 7-run inning. Did you know? Do you know Tyler? Oh yeah, you got to get 8 now. I'm not. The math is not mathing for me there. Did you see Tyler Kinley has like a .5 ERA with the Braves?
How many innings has he thrown?
A lot. Let me confirm this. Yeah, it's like insane.
You got to be kidding me.
No.
Yeah, Zach, I agree with you on Shibi. I don't know if he knows where any pitch is going. The perfect guy, though, to add to that list of guys who don't know where their pitch is going. Seth Halverson, still my favorite moment in the Seth Halverson saga of 2025 was when he threw that pitch. I don't remember who he was playing. It's on my Twitter. It's my pinned tweet because it went viral. But he threw that pitch that basically went to the dugout. Like, it was so bad. It was so far behind the dude. And his next 3 pitches were absolute paint to finish the game. One of the top 5 moments of this entire season in my book.
Yeah, that was elite. All right, Tyler, you ready for some Tyler Kinley numbers?
Let's do it.
With the Rockies, 1-3 with a 5.66 ERA in 49 games. In 18 games for the Braves, he is 4-0 with a 0.5 ERA.
How many innings?
4-0.
Innings pitched?
18 innings in 18 games.
Oh my God. Really? Wow.
Crazy, dude.
Uh-oh. What happened to Luis Ariz?
He passed out? He was watching our watch along and he passed out. Oh, he got the ball thrown. Dude, this would be devastating if you're the Padres.
He's like breathing hard. Like, did it hit him in the head?
That's something that would happen to the Rockies. I'm shocked it's on the other side of the field.
Oh, that's horrible. And who threw it? Was it one of the young guys, this Wagner kid?
I think it might have been Diaz. It might have been a throwdown is what it sounds like.
Oh, no, he just missed the throw. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
I mean, that's kind of on the first baseman. Like, make a play there. That ball wasn't thrown that high. Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, that wasn't like a fastball by any means.
But that probably hurt. And they might have to put him on concussion protocol, which would suck. But again, 7 days versus, out for the season or something like that.
Yeah, that is such a Rockies thing to happen to another team. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you're
Not
right.
hilarious. I hope Rise is okay, but
I forgot Bernabel did miss a game after he got hit in the head during BP. God. I totally forgot about that. That was a weird one. Ah, there you go. Former Rocky Jose Iglesias.
Padres are falling apart. It's time to bounce. It's time to hop on.
Yeah, crazy to
Time
me
to
that
bounce,
Jose
boys.
Iglesias is still playing baseball.
Dude, Yanks got the blue belt too. This fucking team to get to travel with their shit.
Former Rocky and current musician. Yeah, current pop star, Latin pop star. The Nick Mears thing was another one to add to that list.
Oh, yeah. That's what Astray says. Don't forget, fucking all-star Jeff Hoffman, one of the best closers in the AL.
Yeah.
I remember him starting a game at Coors Field. It was like a Thursday game, probably fucking 6-7 years ago. And I went to the game. I cut out of college, or maybe I was out of college at that point. And Jeff Hoffman started, and he gave up like 7, 8, 9 runs to the fucking Diamondbacks. And I was like, this guy is not an MLB pitcher, just like every other pitcher the Rockies have. Fast forward to 2025, and he's an AL all-star closer. What a treat.
Yep. It's why when people say, the Rockies, what are they going to get for Michael Toglia this offseason? No team's going to want to pick up that. It's like, no, every other team thinks if they take what the Rockies have, they'll make it into something good. And a lot of teams do. Yeah, we do pride ourselves in being drafting and development. Hey, swing the bat, Arcia. Come on. Taking all the way. Arcia's swing looks good. I like his swing. He
Dude,
just
my
doesn't
Wi-Fi
make
is over.
contact. Oh, we're losing Spencer. Man, this game is cooking, Spencer. It's 0-2 on Arcia. Poor Spence. He's missing the electric comeback the Rockies are mounting right here. Swing and a miss. And the Rockies are down to their final out. Spence, you got me back? You're blurry. He might miss the end of this.
I can
historic.
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me or if I'm on the screen.
I got you now.
I can see myself, but I can't see the Rockies game, which is maybe a good thing at this point.
Yeah, D-line. This comeback is going to be epic.
10 straight hits, starting with Freeman. And Freeman gets the RBI. That
the Rockies have come back down
runs.
9-0. So, although they did it across 9 innings. That's a ball.
Herman tomorrow. That'll be fun. I won't be watching because the Broncos will be on.
Yeah, I'll be driving.
I won't be watching past the third inning, I should say.
I will be driving.
Herman has been pretty good against the Padres on the road, if I remember correctly.
1-1 pitch to Tyler Freeman, 2 outs. That's going to be a swing and a fly ball to right center field. Tracking it is the right fielder. Don't know his name. He makes the play, and that will do it. The Rockies don't avoid history tonight. They lose to the San Diego Padres by a score of 11-3. Gonna have to wait at least one more day to get that historic 42nd win, man. We could have seen it coming.
Honestly, though, winning one game in San Diego was big dubs in the chat for the boys.
Could do too.
Massive
Got one more tomorrow. Yeah, we definitely want to do this more often, guys. So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We're probably not going to be doing it tomorrow because, like Spence said, got Broncos, and also I got to drive back from Alamosa. But if the Rockies do not win tomorrow, they got the day off Monday. We'll try to whip something up for Tuesday. See what we got Tuesday. So
yeah, little Tuesday night Marlins come to town. Little sweeperoo of them. We passed the White Sox by a wide margin, maybe 4 or 5 games. Then you sweep the Angels. You win 6 in a row. You feel really good about where this team's at. I mean, I see it.
I could see it. The story writes itself.
I have glaucoma, but I could see it.
I love it. All right, guys, we're calling it a night. I'm gonna go hang out with the in-laws and the wife and just chill for a little bit. So enjoy your guys' Saturday. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next time on the DNVR Rockies podcast.
Appreciate you all.
We all silly like the mayor.